no.
Excellent.
You don't know what you're doing.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. We are very close to Hogwarts Legacy. We are very close to Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We are very close to The Mandalorian Season 3. We're just close to a whole bunch. Okay? Shit's gonna go down very rapidly. Very, very, very rapidly. Joel, there's even been the rumor that we might get a Secret Invasion trailer during the Super Bowl. So I assume if we do, it'll be an announcement trailer where we get an actual fucking date, like coming this fall or coming, you know what I'm saying, this spring, something like that, you know?
Probably
Coming
March for lucky.
April. Yeah, March. April.
You said March. Knowing that the Super Bowl is this weekend, it's a blink and you're in March. So I'm really hoping so.
Maybe right after Mandalorian ends. That's when it'll come out.
No, because see, Trayvon, me and Joel were talking and we were saying how we'd be okay with that, but the problem is too many times they overlap. I believe if Secret Invasion comes out, it'll come out in the middle of The Mandalorian. Not at the end, in the middle of it. So maybe around like if there's
Mandalorian, I forget.
It's be 8 episodes. I think it's always 8 episodes. I don't think it's any more than 8. I think it's usually always 8. So maybe like the 4th weekend they'll do it, or maybe The Mandalorian's so big that they let it breathe on its own. I can only hope so. I just know when we have to do those double pods because they want to drop shit the same day, it's ridiculous.
I don't mind if it comes out the same time. Like they'll call it the same day. Like you said, when what was it? That was
was Miss Marvel and Kenobi.
Right. That sucks.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't do that. One should be Wednesday. One should be Friday. That way, Monday can be reviewed for the Friday one. Wednesday we can actually dedicate to the Wednesday one. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Like, just you're killing us here. Like The Last of Us saying, "Oh, we know the Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah. We're gonna drop the episode Friday."
Right.
We review you every Monday. What do you mean? Now people are gonna see like what 3-4 days before we actually get to do our reviews. Come on, guys. Like, come on. Just take the week off. You could have just took the week off. I don't understand.
Like,
Anyway, we'll get into all that. Let me introduce my panel before we go any further. Starting off with Trayvon. What's up, Trayvon?
I wasn't looking at you guys. Okay, hi. So I'm here.
Damn. Okay.
I'm currently shopping. So I am happy to be here. Happy to talk about whatever we're going to talk about. And boom, I'm going back to Amazon. All right.
It's very close to witching hour, Trayvon. It's very close to witching hour. We're getting very, very, very close.
Trying to
and to answer DJ Vinny's question, you might have to twofold that. I might not be here next Monday either. If I'm being honest with you.
I took off work yesterday all day, so I'll be playing all day. So yeah. So my boss,
man.
like,
I'm happy for you.
Are you doing something fun tomorrow? I was like, you really want me to answer that? Yeah.
Something fun. You might not understand it.
All day tomorrow.
Hell yeah. You might not understand.
Yeah. From what I've been seeing, it's been looking pretty good too. So I think you'll have a good time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited. Very.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. I love Joel. Please, people out there, don't take off of work like Trayvon.
No.
Go to work.
People do it every year for E3, Summer Game Fest. Like, I'm taking off the whole week if possible.
That's something you want to dedicate the day to. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about the simple things.
As long as he's not doing it. As long as he does it the right way. He's not just skipping work and.
Yeah.
No, they know. It's on the calendar. Trayvon out of
now you know what, Trayvon? You know what? You'd be a real G if you played it while you worked. That's what real G's do.
You don't talk about those type of things live. We'll talk about that stuff offline.
Yeah, like depending on what you do for work, that might not be a good thing.
No,
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was helping a member today while playing 2K. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I said shit while the mic was on.
You could play
Yeah, it's not story driven, so I don't mind. That's my point. I ain't concentrating on work. Fuck work. What Joel say? You heard him. Fuck it. I took off work for God of War and Gotham Knights. Wait until Spider-Man and Jedi Survivor comes out.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
What's going on with you in Gotham Knights, Jawan?
I just wouldn't have thought that'd be a game someone would need to take off for.
Hmm.
I
I
need to
respect
play
it. You
that
like.
game one day.
I just said I respect it. God, let me finish the statement.
I'll go back.
Yeah, I do miss games coming out on Fridays. I really do. Right, like the work week's over, off on the weekend, spend the whole weekend playing it. Nowadays, shit wants to come out Tuesday. Wednesday.
Well, this is
Yeah,
early.
it's like,
This
well,
is-
god damn.
We're playing it earlier. That's why it's going to be
True.
Tuesday. So
Oh no, that is
Yeah.
true. Because for me, Hogwarts Legacy is Friday.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't. You did the
Deluxe.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
you get it
it's,
early. Yeah.
Is my camera frozen for anybody else, or is it just me?
Okay.
No, it's frozen. Yeah.
Okay.
You've
I
been
was like,
You're doing like a little thing.
yeah, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, can anybody else see
You just
that?
I didn't catch it though.
I told you I was not looking. I was
I'm
not looking
gonna
at
have
you
to
I
guys.
try and
wasn't
figure
gonna say
that
nothing.
out.
I wasn't gonna say
I didn't
nothing.
even
My
notice.
computer
Oh,
was doing
like-
a whole bunch of weird stuff. I heard my screen went black, and now it's this. I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah, Jamie was hitting us with the good old shimmy. But yeah, I didn't get the deluxe Trayvon because I kind of approached Hogwarts Legacy the same way me and Joel were saying we approached Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Like they're doing the screening tonight for it. You're still jigging.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
they're
I'll have
doing
to
the
leave the stream
streaming.
and come back.
Yeah, do that. I got you as soon as you get back.
Alright.
I'll wait for you. The screening is tonight for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and we kind of felt like it just comes out next week. Like it's not that big of a deal to wait the 1 week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if we get a
I,
chance to see
I,
the
I
last
know
month,
I like watching videos of people, and I know they're going to.
You can do that now,
So,
for the most
no,
part.
no.
oh no, Trayvon's saying he wants to
That's
see
for
people
looking
spoil it.
Oh no! Why would you do that?
I want to watch. No, after I played it, I like watching people react. to
Oh,
things
got
I've
you, got
seen.
you, got you.
I'm about to
God,
I
say
can't do it
why.
now.
Why would you do
Can't do
that
it
to
now.
yourself?
No, I can't do it.
Yeah, so for me, like I don't know, I've never been spoiled on a video game, like ever.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it's not even in my algorithms. Like it's not in my algorithms on Twitter. I don't really follow
I
games
kind of did.
on Twitter or YouTube.
Kinda.
So
Oh,
Apparently there's
that
some
makes
kind of
sense.
crazy opening to this game that.
oh
the
no,
guy
I'm lying.
That played it, he kind of like cut across. He said, "I'm not gonna show you this because it's gonna be good." That's okay. That means something I need to do immediately because
Yeah.
I know somebody's gonna do it. Somebody.
Oh,
gonna spoil
okay.
the hell out
That
of
was
it.
Yeah,
nice of him.
Gotham Knights spoiled me. But to be fair, you can even ask Joel. The big twist of that, I predicted back when they were promoting what that game was supposed to be about. I was just like, you know who your money maker
That
is,
was.
bitch. You know who your money maker is, bitch. Okay, you ain't fooling moi.
But he didn't
All
stay
right.
alive. So
He didn't.
Uh,
But I was trying not
That
to.
was
Say
the
it. I was
worst.
trying to be. I was
Yeah.
trying to tiptoe around it, Joel.
That was the
Yeah,
worst
no,
part.
he didn't say it.
surprise.
But what they were promoting as being the truth was not the truth until it became the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm like, there's no way that it starts that way and then that's it. Come on.
But
Not
because
brave
it all
enough.
took place at the same time, that storyline, like surprise and then not surprise, and then you
Right.
don't really get to enjoy it. So it's like,
Right. That should have been a choice, right? Like, you choose if that whole scene gets to play out or not. Because, like, to me, that was emotional torture to
my
see
only
that and then
issue
just go.
with that game. Well, I had some issues, but like it's like I don't think we're gonna get any DLC for this game. It's like
I don't think we should.
it set itself. No, I think it set itself up to have it. I thought it was a fun game. I had a really.
They already gave us some a few.
I think it set itself up
Yeah,
for
like
a possible sequel, but I don't think because what DLC?
I would have
'cause
liked another character.
That's what. Okay, then let me ask you this: what character? Because that's what made the Arkham Knight game so special. Is that your star was Batman, so your DLC could be any of the multitude of Robins, right?
I mean, you could. It's the
Who
same
else?
concept.
You had the four. Who else would you
You have
use?
Damien. There's a whole bunch of other characters you could have introduced.
Oh, well, I kind of feel like the story needed to allude that they existed.
Well, at the
Right.
time, but I mean, I didn't know what the story was.
No, I get you. I'm saying now, hindsight, now that we know
can
that the
still
story
throw in
didn't
other
allude to
I
it.
think if they did do some DLC, a lot of some of the things that I've heard that people really liked about the game were like the like specific Batman villain fights, like fighting Harley or like Clayface or Mr. Freeze. So I think like if they were to do DLC, it would be smart to do something like that and do like another Batman centric character.
Yeah.
Or maybe even something with the Joker, since Joker was MIA.
Pretty much.
Nah, look at y'all missing a Joker. Talking about, oh, need Joker in every movie. Y'all love this.
I'm not saying I miss him. I'm just saying, that'd be one of them to turn to.
All right, let's finish our introduction so we can jump right into this. Next up, Jamie, you're finally not doing a jig. Welcome back. Right there you go. Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. It's a good episode this week.
It was. I meant to ask you, do you pour a bowl of milk in your bowl of crow that you're eating for jumping out on a ledge so early on this show, episode 1 or 2? I think it was Trayvon. I think Trayvon pulled you in with him. I think he pulled you in with him.
Episode 1, I'm like, cool, very faithful to the video game. That's great to see. And then episode 2, I was like, oh, we're still on that same track. And I stand with what I said. Now that they have made some deviations, or I at least think some greater some greater deviations from like what we saw in the games, I'm really starting to enjoy it more because it's a new experience versus this. It's still new, but it's like, very familiar, very like, oh, okay, like I see what's happening. So now that they seem to be like expanding into uncharted territory, RIP Uncharted. I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
RIP.
Yeah, Naughty Dog said they're done. They're done. But Naughty Dog, I'm like, I don't know if I should trust them. Yeah, right. So somebody else, there's rumors that like there's another one out there somewhere, but I guess it's not Naughty Dog.
Insomniac, do it. Take it, Insomniac.
That's
come take it. Come take us, Insomniac.
Every time I hear that,
no. Let them stay with the superheroes. Thanks.
No, expand yourself. Expand yourself. Nah, don't be a one-trick pony. Expand yourself. Do some wild ass shit. Yeah, do some wild ass shit.
Give them another superhero.
They did Ratchet and another shooter.
Yeah, no one knows what that is.
Oh no, I'm not saying they're bad at anything. I'm just saying I want them available for all superheroes. Yeah, y'all can have
you
y'all
available like they can't make it. Like they do Uncharted. It's like, well, guys, no Spider-Man 3. We're doing Uncharted. Come on, man. You're ridiculous. All right. Enough from you, sir. Joel, what's going on, Joel?
What's going on?
I'm excited. This is going to be a very fun The Last of Us conversation. Very, very, very fun. But before we get into that, right. First of all, I want to give a huge congratulations to Pedro for his amazing Saturday Night Live. I don't think I've seen a person break character as much as he did Saturday night. So bravo, he did an amazing job, and I love that he plays on all the memes, and he sees Twitter. He's very aware of Twitter. And I love that every chance he gets, he makes it known, hey, I see y'all. And enough. Right? He's like, enough, okay? I'm not a piece of meat all the time.
You sure?
Just some of the time. Just some of the time.
I was listening to a podcast where they were saying, he said something like, I'm your sexy daddy or something.
He did.
So I don't know.
He sure did.
I mean, if he's saying stuff like that, I think he's into it.
I'm going to make it sound like he just randomly walked up to somebody and said that. He was asked on the red carpet, and then he just confirmed, yes. He said something weird like, yes, I'm your sexy, slutty daddy or some shit like that.
See, he didn't even have to add all that if he wasn't about it,
He was asked, and he just said, hey, I understand I'm a sex symbol. I get it. I get it. I get it. He has embraced it. He has. And I love that there's not necessarily any six packs. Pedro Pascal has the body of the regular
You
man,
don't need that.
and I appreciate that. No, that's what I'm saying. I appreciate it. I wasn't trying to be funny. I appreciate it. Yeah. No. I mean, even as the Mandalorian, there's a little bit of a dad going. So I'm like, I appreciate it. I like it. Keep it like that. Let them know. Let them know we out here, Pedro Pascal. You know what I'm saying? Let them know. Six packs and shit. I'm not doing no push-ups. Fuck y'all thought. All right, anyway. We're here to talk. I would be mad as I'd feel betrayed. I would feel betrayed. I can't even lie to you. I really
There's
would.
a part where he has to take his shirt off. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I forget.
He better not have no goddamn six packs. He better not. The Joel we played with in that game was battle tested. That man was tired. He ain't had no time to do no goddamn push-ups.
He was weathered.
He was weathered than a motherfucker. All right, we're here to talk. This is episode 4, right? I always get confused how many episodes.
Episode 4.
Okay.
4, yeah.
I really did truly enjoy this episode. As you guys see, the title of this episode, they did the thing. They did the thing, and I literally asked Joel last week, and it was like a throwaway question I asked him before we ended. Do you think they'll put that scene in there? And Joel's like, well, they don't need to. And I'm like, of course not, but it's so fucking funny.
I said they could fit it in the beginning.
Oh, I thought you said they didn't need to. Like, it wasn't like it has to be there.
I didn't say it had to be there, but I'm saying I think they could find time for it in the beginning of the episode.
100%. I mean, they even stuck true to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it just happened a little bit later than I expected. I thought it would happen sooner in the episode, but that is what it is.
You can blame Jamie because they're like, well, we can't make it shot for shot, so we got to get some gas. Get some gas. You know, she's got to twiddle around with the gun.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
City and not Pittsburgh.
Right. So I mean, I just appreciate it because they even kept in the even though I will say it was so weird because it felt forced when she asked why the pages stuck together. His response seemed like it just didn't feel natural. Like it felt very forced as opposed to the game where it felt like real shame came over Joel. Like, oh God, no, please, please put the magazine down. But I love that they even kept the she hops in the front seat and he's like, you know, you can get some sleep. And she's like, I'm not even tired. And then it just flashes to her waking up. And it's like, God damn, you were tired. You were. He knew it. He knew it. He wasn't dead. You know, he wasn't dead. Hey, don't say that. I fall asleep in the car all the goddamn time. Anyway, I'm like a dog. My head's out of the window. All right, anyway. No, I did truly love it. And all I want to say before I pass it to you, Jamie, is you were saying, Jamie, how they were saying it's not going to be as violent as the game was, right? And we know that purely just off of how they changed the car accident, right? A lot of that was changed because we remember in the game, the guy was pushing Joel's head down to the glass, trying to, you know, impale him on the glass. They removed that. But I did want to say, and this isn't going too far ahead, just saying, I hope they don't keep that recipe for everything. I'll just keep it as vague as this. Ellie's big moment in that diner, like when it catches on fire, you and Joel know what part I'm talking about. I need that brutality in this show because it's very important for her character, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, I think it's very important. Again, in the game, it didn't show it. I don't need you to necessarily show the brutality of it, but I need you to show that she had her own moment in doing what she did. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't skip over that. Like that can't be something you just go, all right, well, it's dialogue. You know, she walks out of it. No. That to me was very important for her character to kind of just showcase. I've kind of gotten to a point where I can hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what was happening to Joel during that time, right? So I kind of just hope that they keep that in because that is important. I was hoping that this car accident would be exactly like the game, but then I remembered you were telling me, Jamie, that they weren't going to have all that violence in. So I was very okay with it. I was very okay with how they utilized it, how the whole story kind of changed with adding characters and a whole plot. So I was fine with that. No problems whatsoever. But that Ellie moment, I think, needs to be as accurate as possible, where you're not really hiding anything.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me bring up this comment before I pass to you, Jamie. I fall asleep too quickly in the car. Full kid mode. It's so easy, bro. Especially a nice breezy day, windows down. You don't even know. That's the good sleep where you wake up and you're just like, "The fuck happened?" It's like you fell asleep, bro. That's the best sleep. But all right, Jamie. To bring it back to episode, get a Tesla. You can do it. Get a Tesla. Right on the steering wheel. That's my PSA, folks. Anyway, so Jamie, episode 4, I thought was a really good story into the expansive world of kind of The Last of Us, right? To kind of showcase that there is more happening than just whatever Joel and Ellie come across, right? So I can't wait to see kind of if they expand on this or if this is just a small condensed story to get us through the next episode. And then it's more just very self-contained. Because I like where they open it up a little bit, right? Because even in the game, when he finds his brother, that's so short-lived. Expanding that world, right? Where you kind of see what everything looks like, and then it's just like...
They have to.
Gone.
What, 10 episodes is it, right?
Oh, right. But I always felt like... That's why, Jamie, I always felt like it was so weird when you guys were telling me that he said season 2 would be adapting the second game. Because I'm like, you can spread season 1. I'm sorry. The first game into 2 seasons. Like, there's no rush for it, you know?
Season 2, he's going to do that. I think he's going to do that with season 2. He plans on making it possible. Season 2 will be 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, at that point, you would have to.
Adapting.
I hope so.
Would be 2 seasons. Which,
I feel like...
I said, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like tackling like some of the stuff that happens in The Last of Us 2, especially like early on, in order for them to like avoid some of the backlash they got, it would make more sense to try and like elongate that period and really make people understand like the situation and like why things happen the way they happen. So I could definitely see like a 2-part
season. Shit that got spoiled for me. Fucking YouTube, but that's
that did not get spoiled for me, so I cried. I was like, no way.
But
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like this new character, this lady that we're introduced to, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not mind if the next episode, we know it's not, but if the next episode was kind of the origin of how that whole civilization kind of created itself. Because, I mean, when you get into the episode, it feels like you're missing something, right? Like, it feels like it's an involved story of something you should have already had. Like, it just progressed itself. So I'm like, I wouldn't have minded an episode where, you know, we're seeing who she's talking about that's missing, what this doctor had to do with it and everything. I wouldn't have minded. See, even if it was just a year ago, not 20 years ago, just a year ago.
And Sam. So, like, we're looking for them.
Right. But it just felt like, do you get what I'm saying, Joel? It felt like you were introducing a story I should have already known about.
Well, it's because they introduced a character, it's a new character.
Right.
And you're getting now you're getting dialogue from characters that were just you shot at in the game.
Right. Right. So I'm like, I wouldn't have minded expanding that. Go ahead, Jamie. You can take it away also, your thoughts on episode 4.
It's funny because like during that like battle sequence that they had in the episode, it kind of made me think back to The Last of Us 2, because like after they had like killed all those guys and then like the backup came, like, oh no, Jimmy, they got Jimmy. I'm like, oh my god. Oh man, that was that was a nice touch. That was good. But yeah, I really like this episode. I feel like it was a good balance of like getting to know like Joel and Ellie's relationship a little bit more and getting to see like that grow, and getting like the pun joke and like the magazine, the nudie magazine out there. That was cool. But also having like a little bit of action, which to me it feels like the series is missing a little bit of that, and I know it's because they want to try and keep this more palatable for like wider audiences. But it's definitely like coming from like watching the game and like seeing all like the constant struggle against like zombies, people, whatever it is, to just like them driving across the country talking. Like I do like that, but I'm definitely like, are we in a zombie apocalypse, or are you just like in the countryside? Like where are the zombies? Where are the people? Where's the
What did they
violence?
explain that they weren't like where they were in the earlier in the episode?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's not as
There's not as many zombies.
I was about to say, can I also say, rewatching the cutscenes, it feels like you kill more humans than clickers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
that's a constant. Even in part 2, it's like
no, but I'm saying to Jamie's point of like, is this like a zombie? It's like you kind of kill more humans than you do clickers. So I'm like, right now it kind of feels equal to what the game is. It's just you experience a shit ton more clickers earlier than the show is kind of giving you, right? Because very early on, especially when they go to the guy from the last episode, right? When they go and meet up with him, because remember in the game he doesn't die like he did in the show.
Yeah,
you go to the high school or the middle school, and it's just fucking engulfed with clickers, right? So it just seems like the game gets you to clickers a lot faster, but that's not the premise of it. It's a story of man, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that's why I think the show's focusing on that. Because picture playing the game, and it's as slow as the show is. Everyone would have returned it, right? So it's like in the game, you get clickers a lot fast because it keeps your attention, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think this story is ever catered to be like an action story like The Walking Dead tends to be, right?
Yeah.
It's more so just like a drama, more so. It's a story of people.
Even the game is a drama.
It's a story of people.
The struggle, like you say, is when you play through it.
Right.
Like, when you have to get from point A to point B. It's usually not the easy way.
right. You guys could probably attest to how Joel and Ellie snuck around the city.
Yeah,
it's not as easy as it was.
There's so many moments
playing.
in this game where it's just like, especially I remember because I only remember part 2 the most recently. So like there are moments in the game where it's just darkness. You can't see. You have a flashlight and you can hear them. And you don't know where they're at. It's in the most creepiest moments in those games. Really cool though, because it's very horror-esque. But yeah, I mean, I wish we would get more of that, but maybe we will closer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
No, go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna say that's kind of what I'm thinking. They'll probably have more action in the later half after they establish characters and stuff more.
Well, we do know the way that this ended. How that story progresses.
Yeah.
There was a shit ton of clickers when you reach that arc of the story, meeting those two
at that moment in the cellar or whatever the fuck in the basement.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we know it's coming.
We know it's coming. I am gonna cry though when we get to the even though they might change it. I don't think they should, because I thought the way the game did it was so perfectly. With the 2 new characters we were introduced to.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they do with that.
I'm very interested to learn more about Kathleen because she's somehow involved with Henry and Sam. I thought at some point she said like brother, and I'm like, well, not blood, clearly, but
Joel said, I learned this from fucking Ray Skywalker. Okay, if you say that you're related, you're related. Yeah. Like that is law. That is stamped. You are now a part of that family. That's just how it goes. That's what I was told.
Sure.
That's just how it goes.
I just want to know that relationship a little bit better. Because it seems like she really does care for them. Or at least, I don't know. It's very odd because it's like she has kind of sort of a hunter mentality instead of like, oh my God, like my brothers or my friends are missing. Like we need to find them. Like, oh, they were up here. Especially since like they're kind of hiding from her. So I don't know.
I will also add, I've never had someone kill for me, so I appreciate that. Whenever the sentiment is brought
I
into
don't
the
know.
picture.
We'll have to see about that. We'll have to see about that. But very
let's
interested
see.
in Kathleen and seeing what's happening next. That whole truck accident scene is why I don't trust people. I would have popped Brian in the head after getting him off Joel by Brian. Bro, that was kind of crazy. The fact that like he was literally gonna kill Joel, and then as soon as he get popped in the butt, he's like, "Oh wait,
I'm
wait,
good, I'm
wait,
good."
we cool, we cool, it's fine."
Hey.
I like Brian. You know it's over, bro. At least go out fighting. Go out fighting, man.
I have to imagine that is not only the most
He was screaming for his mom.
emasculating thing, it's probably the highest pain ever to be shot in your ass. I mean, I have to imagine it's humbling, right? You get shot in your ass, you probably do call for your mom. That shit's
He didn't
burning.
shoot him to kill him.
That shit's
Thank you.
burning. It's burning. And to be fair, but that's what I love about the storytelling of this show is they're kids, right? Now, I don't mean kids in the sense of like Ellie, but I mean kids in the sense of like they're not Joel's age. Like the
Yeah.
guy that she shot wasn't Joel's age. So
Mhm.
anyone younger, they usually call kid, right?
Now we know officially he's 56.
Yes.
Yep,
Yep.
he's
Yep.
56.
So when it happened, he was 36.
Mm.
There you go.
Yep.
Mm.
So to me, I like that they showed the humanity side of it, and then they also showed that Joel's the fucking Terminator. He's like, "You're
Yeah,
gonna die."
I mean, you know, like I don't know what his alternative would have been. You know, just leave him there to like bleed out. Like, granted, the way that he killed him was not the most humane way to do it. I guess he could have like probably shot him instead, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't think there was any
Brian-
proper way to kill a person.
Well, I mean, you know, the quickest way with
eliminator,
the less
yeah.
pain, with less
Right.
pain.
No, I think the humane thing to do would have been to left him there to let him scream to get it to get
Scream
his
in
friend's
pain for
attention.
hours. That's
No,
humane.
No. It wasn't ours. Remember when they went to go hide, they found his body, and that's how they knew whoever crashed is out there killing their people. So it wasn't long. It was minutes.
Right. But
Before
they
they
didn't know
came.
people were
Jesus.
coming.
We don't know.
They didn't
No,
know people
Joel
were
didn't know
coming,
people
though.
were coming. No, but you also could have just left it. I mean, he got shot in the ass, not in the heart. He could he could have at least did another hour before he started to die out. At least.
It's funny. That made me think of that.
That was the first thing I thought of was
You motherfuckers.
him coming to the.
That's all I still remember that. This is all I remember. That was so funny. Oh man.
I hate you, Trayvon. I remember that scene vividly. I hate you so much. My initial thought was, he got shot in the ass. He said, "I know." He said, "Who shot you? You did." I shot you. I was doing a lot of shooting, but I don't think I shot you in the ass. Like that shit had me fucking dying. If was that dude with the lady at the hole, I would have snitched. Hell no, that shit was moving. Shit. I mean, loyal soldiers are gonna loyal soldier. I mean, ain't no snitch.
Yeah, I was
Ain't no
reading.
snitch.
I forget where I read this, but it was like giving a little description of the character, and she's supposed to be like the leader of some like revolutionary. So I guess if like those are the people under her, they have to. At this point, you just got to go with it because what other
you
option
just
you got?
watch her shoot the only doctor that civilization had. So if she was just like, fuck it, anyone needs medical attention, you'll never get it now. She was willing to do that. I don't think she's the kind of person that takes betrayal too lightly,
No.
Maybe don't
Yeah.
fuck with her. Is what we're getting at here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to add, Jamie?
Oh, the freaking last shot of I think it was Sam standing over Joel. I'm like, dang, you could put that in a Jordan Peele film. That was kind of scary. That
Wait,
looked like it
can
could have
I
been the
tell
end
you?
of us.
The funniest part of that was she goes, what are you doing? And he's like, it's like a sound detector. If someone comes in, we can hear them. And she's like, are you sure you'll hear it? And he's like, of course I'll hear it. And she's like, all right. So when he wakes up, he immediately looks at the glass like, you bitch. Like, why didn't you warn me?
The thing
Like-
was, they did a good job about this because in the episode, you see he like flips over to like his ear's good side, but when you see him wake up, he's on the other side, so
Right,
he didn't
right.
hear it. He
right.
didn't hear it.
They were talking about that in the
Which is
Yeah.
hilarious because that means Ellie probably heard that shit and it just moved so fast. She was just like, well, Joel, hey Joel, wake up, wake the fuck up,
Oh.
turn around. But no, and I like how they changed this. Like, this was a nice little change from how it actually happened in the game. Because in the game was a little wild how that went down before cooler heads prevailed. But you know, again, I really do love the storytelling. That because they're expanding on certain things and changing a few things, so it remains fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, you wanted, Jamie, for it to feel fresh, never like recycled. And they've kept it fresh each week, in my opinion. Excuse me, Joel, what were your thoughts on episode 4?
It's good. It's good again, like it has been. I had a lot of memorable moments, like from the game, but also had it added a lot of its own to it. I like the relationship building they're doing between the two. You can see that she's breaking his walls down little by little with every stupid pun that comes out of her mouth. And he's being more open too. Fresh, never frozen.
Welcome to Wendy's. Go ahead, Joe.
But yeah, he's become more open after, you know, he started to open up about Tommy and all that. You know, once you're in the road long enough, you're gonna open up and just get bored. You know?
The crazy part is, at this point in the game, he still hadn't opened up. It wasn't until a little later on in the game where he was kind of just like, well, we almost died 3 times. So
once he gets
what do you want to know?
Even when he gets to Tommy, he's very like, you take her.
Very much just like.
But yeah, I mean, I love that they're showing he's softening up on her and caring a little bit more. I did like that. I do hope we get more like information on who these people are, considering they're connected to Henry and Sam. And in the game, we knew Henry and Sam were running, and we knew whatever group they were with, obviously, whatever. So I hope there's more background there in the future. I do like one thing I noticed. I remember an episode where they found where they were hiding, and you see superhero drawings everywhere. And when we see Sam at the end, he's wearing like a mask, like a painted mask.
Right.
That's very clever. I like that little connection that they put there. But overall, I think I just thought it was another good episode, well written, greatly, very well acted. So
let me ask you this: did he seem younger in the show than he did in the game? I felt like he did. Like in the game, he was maybe. Oh no, I'm sorry, duh, Juwan, I'm being an idiot. He was younger than Ellie. Because Ellie said her age, and then when he said his age, his brother was like, "Oh, really? Like, no, you're not. No, you're not there." But the show makes it. I think the game kind of maybe made him a little taller than the show did. That's why maybe he seems.
You just saw his face.
No. I'm saying it seems younger. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's what makes me think maybe certain things maybe change. Because you know how they feel about showing stuff like that on TV. So maybe that changes.
Based on that and the previews, I'm like, I think they might play him off as mute because I don't hear him talk at all. So
no, I think he's doing sign language. Yeah, I think he's doing sign language.
That's what I mean. So they might play him off as mute. I don't know because in the game he's not mute.
No.
So we'll see. Obviously, it was next week. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm very curious because I'm like, I'm curious to see if they're ballsy enough to do it because we know one rule that it seems like television has had for forever, unless you're the boys, that they don't really give a fuck. There's just certain things you don't do with certain age groups, and that just seemed to have been the.
I think.
Go ahead. Even in video games,
right?
Yeah, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if they did it, considering.
I would, because I feel like and I'm not saying we don't see it enough. Like I want to see it. I'm just saying people. It's like a taboo. People just don't do it, right? Like it's either off screen where you hear it, but never on screen where you see it.
I don't want to spoil it, so I will say we've seen it happen in other mediums. So I can see it happening. I don't want them to avoid it, you know.
No, not avoid it. I was just wondering, would they change it?
That's gonna hit.
That's what I'm saying. Not avoid it. I just thought maybe they'd change it. That's what I was saying. That they would change it. That's what I was alluding to.
So that, you know.
That's a huge part.
I think if that doesn't happen, there would probably Again, I don't want to spoil it.
It's okay. We'll talk off air more about it. We'll theorize more off air. Trayvon, did you watch the full episode, right? Did you like it?
I watched it.
Okay.
Literally right before this.
Okay. But you
while
saw it. That's all
shopping
that
at the same
matters.
time. So was paying attention completely.
Right,
But yeah.
I emphasize that.
Trying to get a capture card. Anyway, so I am. The episode was cool. I like that. That banter back and forth. She's finally using that gun that she stole from the house. So I know she waited to do that. Now she's a little shook by it. Well, maybe you shouldn't have stole it. Maybe you weren't ready like he told you. Hey. This new lady. I mean, they seem to be following her until they won't. Guess we'll see how that goes for her.
You said that shit like you wrote it. Like y'all just wait and see.
Look, this how it goes, man. She'll get it wrong, the wrong ruling one day, and they'll be like, "No, no, we ain't doing that." So
I feel like she's just gonna get everybody killed with the whole clicker situation.
100%.
That too.
Maybe.
100%. You know what she reminds me of, Jamie? You'll appreciate this. She reminds me of the governor from The Walking Dead. That it's the power is gonna slowly start to get to her head and derail the entire civilization because she's so consumed in her personal needs that she'll doom everybody. Because I thought that was some of the best storytelling in The Walking Dead was that whole governor arc where it's just like, oh, this is a crazy motherfucker. Like
I actually walked on
crazy.
that actual street where that took place.
Where?
In Georgia.
Oh, I never knew where they shot that show.
Yeah, that's a real story.
I never knew that. I never fucking knew that.
Yeah, that's why we went there. It was a Walking Dead tour.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's fake buildings too. You can walk behind them. Oh shit, that's not real.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
That's cool.
And at the time when we went, they were building Alexandria, so you can see it across the street.
Oh.
Oh.
Hold on. Who did I just get a? Oh, okay.
Anything.
No, go ahead, Trayvon. Go ahead. Anything else stick out to you?
I thought it was funny that the guy was like, "Oh, hey, don't shoot me now. Don't hurt me now." I'm like, "Sir."
Yeah.
Just lay there and be like, just.
I know. He literally went like, truce, okay, truce. Or even now.
We're not fighting anymore. Don't shoot.
And I didn't look. I understood when Joe was like, she was like, "You're not going to help him?" No. What?
It's like
Absolutely not.
you know.
I'm not helping. Look, I'm not helping by during the apocalypse, and I'm not helping by it at night.
Yeah.
I will say this. I will say this real quick, Trayvon. I was a little disappointed that they didn't keep that dialogue in the show that they had in the game because I thought that was a really, really big moment that even the game kind of just glanced over. But when she asked him, like, "How did you know not to trust him on the street?" and he's like, "I've been on both sides of that." And then she point blank asked him, "Have you killed innocent people before?" And then he mumbles, and then she goes, "I'll take that as a yes." And then he just says, "You can take that as you want." And then the game just progresses. Like they just kind of brush it off.
We are.
And I'm like, well, hold on.
End of time.
Hold on.
Hell yeah, I'd have killed people.
No. I know you've killed people. That's not the question. She asked him, "Have you killed innocent people?" And he wouldn't answer.
No, to be honest. I mean, shit.
I mean, yeah, they were innocent. They were innocent. So when he says, "I've been on both sides of it," how do you know? Oh, Lord Trayvon. All right. Goddamn. All right. So the next topic we talk about, I'm definitely saying, Joel, Trayvon can't be part of our group. He can't be part of that group. Trayvon be the first one to talk about, "Oh, wait, you just need somebody to die? Yeah, give me the gun. I'll shoot him." Like, wait, whoa, hey, Trayvon, wait. It's like, no. Give me the fucking gun. I shoot them all. What do you need me to do?
Scratch, punch, touch about him. Dead.
See, this is why I'm like, I don't think I would survive that long in the zombie apocalypse. I'm too nice and also slightly gullible. So yeah,
no, you definitely can't be gullible. That's one thing you can't be in an apocalypse. You can't be gullible. Oh hell no! Hell no. Nice is not a weakness, but gullible. Yeah.
I wouldn't have stopped for that dude.
But
For
people,
now?
some people think being nice is a weakness. Is like, oh, so I can just like do whatever I want, and she's just not going to do anything.
No.
So
No.
that would already
No.
be causing problems as is. So
Yeah, no, I think that's a problem people have. Nice is not stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
God, no, I'm crazy
I
off
just-
top.
I have compassion, but it doesn't mean I'm stupid. Like
Right.
I'm not an idiot.
Right.
Gullible is where you're nice and maybe a little bit stupid. A little bit. That's to me what gullible is when you're in the middle of
You're-
those two.
We're
You're
20
in the
years
peanut butter and the jelly
into
of
this
that.
bullshit.
I feel like
You
I'd
better
either
not
be like dead within like the first year or so, or I'd be just like so hardened and evil, like nobody would want to be around me.
That's me.
I
That's
tell
me.
you this, Jamie. All you got to do, I'm going to tell you how you survive. All you got to do is pick up your phone, call Trayvon, and just follow him. Trayvon will keep you alive forever because Trayvon's just going to shoot people. Someone's just going to say, hello, bow. It's like, I just was going to trade jelly for your Band-Aids. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, see?
Oh,
And he
that's
would double
good.
tap.
I like,
He would
listen,
double
you
tap
don't want to
everybody.
You don't walk away. Walk away.
Don't talk-
You
don't
nothing,
talk to me.
Trayvon. Just go, please. Leave. It's like, I
don't
just
know
wanted to
that-
say
I
good
don't know where
morning.
you been. I don't know you been. I don't know where you been. I know you got a scratch somewhere. You ain't found it yet. No.
Trayvon, you know what? To go back to last week's episode, Trayvon would be the guy to have a whole fucking civilization, and there's only 2 people that live in that shit. And he'll be damned if you try to enter it.
Oh, let
That
me
would
tell
be
you something.
Trayvon. That would be Trayvon.
Last week he found that dude in that hole. I would have shot him.
Mm.
Nope. You ain't coming in here with me. Nope.
I was thinking he was gonna shoot him too.
Okay, then
not
how you
gonna lie.
look? Nope. Fuck love.
You say that. You say that. You say that. You say that.
Yeah.
Simu is at the bottom of that hole. You shooting him?
Yeah.
You a goddamn
I'm not-
lie.
I ain't
You a
trusting nobody.
goddamn
When
All
Fungus
Simu
is
Lou
going
gotta
around
do,
everybody.
Trayvon, all Simu gotta do is take his shirt off and do a cartwheel. You gonna go, get your ass in this house. Get the fuck in this house. Get the fuck in here.
No, I got
Sit down
straight
and
up.
make your dinner.
You gas straight. You straight. Bam.
You straight man.
Ow.
Is this a trick question?
Wait,
You
wait,
better ask
wait,
correctly.
hold on. You might scare him out of the wrong answer. He might think
I
if he
guess
says
it's
he is
I don't
gay,
know.
you gonna
He might
shoot him.
get
You
shot.
might scare him out of
Exactly.
the answer you want.
Do I look like a little bit?
Goodness gracious, right? I look like I tolerate this shit. No, I think we can all agree this was a really solid episode of The Last of Us. Go ahead,
You
Yeah.
Joe.
watching next
That's
week's
good.
episode, Trayvon?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
no.
Right before this show, like I did last time. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Mhm.
Oh, it come out Friday. Maybe about,
You know what?
I
You know
don't
what?
know. I
He
don't know.
watches it.
See,
At
I
this
feel like
point,
it's a
he
good
watches
thing
it. I'll take it.
because if I had to pick between Rihanna and The Last of Us might have to come out a day later.
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
Time out. Can I just add something? You said that before, and you do know there's not a set time she comes out, right? It's just halftime. So if the game starts at 7, it's
you
not
think-
guaranteed halftime
You think the
falls at
game's
9
gonna
o'clock.
be over? You think Rihanna's gonna be done before 9? You think?
No,
the game
I
will
don't
be
think she'll
over
take the
before 9?
stage before 9. That's my point. I don't think she'll take the stage before 9.
I'm not.
Give a
We
fuck.
not doing that. We also watch the
I don't
Super
blame
Bowl
you.
for commercials. You know, people talk about
That
the
is
commercials
awesome.
all year, so
That's
it's either
true.
one or the other. I'm
Makes sense.
choosing, and Rihanna is my choice.
I don't think that's a bad choice. I mean, I can't.
It's not.
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you what else was going on when J-Lo and Shakira did halftime. I couldn't tell you. I didn't even know there was a football game that they were doing a halftime show to. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Rihanna comes on. That's where the focus goes. No problem. But to me, I just would have preferred if you just released it earlier on Sunday rather than 2 whole fucking days before. Because now Monday, as soon as I get off, I got to rewatch the fucking thing to remember what I saw on Friday. That's what
Yeah.
stresses me. You know?
Watch it twice. It's a great show.
Let's review it Saturday instead. Just play. I'm joking.
No, because then that's when you run into people just putting up gifs or whatever,
Spoilers.
showcasing what happened, and it's like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh,
no.
that's
So they're
gonna
gonna
happen.
start Friday, just
Friday.
Friday or
Yeah.
Friday at a certain time.
No,
Friday?
just Friday. I think because it's on HBO Max. I don't think it's a
I
set
know.
time.
That's why I'm asking.
I think they're just
Like,
releasing it. I think they're just releasing
Oh
I
wait,
mean,
I just
I assume it's still 9, right? Isn't it? Or
it. No,
what time?
because no. When they did the promo for it, they said
Mhm.
Friday on HBO Max or Sundays at 9. Or Sunday, I'm sorry, at 9. So they're still dropping it Sunday at 9. They're just saying for people that want to watch the Super Bowl that won't watch it Sunday, watch it Friday, and then you can enjoy the Super Bowl on Sunday. So they did not drop a time. So if there is one, I'm just saying they didn't drop it when they made the announcement.
Are they doing? Hold on, let me look at this because like, are they doing Friday worldwide? Because I know the Super Bowl is mainly like a North American thing, right?
No, no. That's like saying World
Yes,
Cup's
it is.
only important over there.
Well,
No, we watch it
that's
here.
a global
World Cup is the
sport.
World
Where,
Cup.
yeah,
World Cup,
it's American football.
Sure.
Like, who else is watching?
Sure,
I'm not
but
saying
soccer
people
is not
won't watch the
as
Super
prevalent
Bowl.
here as it is everywhere else in the world.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think the Super Bowl
Bowl
is that
is not
big
prevalent
a
everywhere.
deal in other
No,
other
but the
countries as it
Super
is
Bowl-
here.
But I'm saying people watch Super Bowl for different reasons. That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, they don't give a fuck about the
Halftime,
actual.
yep.
That's what I'm saying. The commercials and the halftime. They don't give a fuck about the actual sport. But people watch the Super Bowl for different reasons. I know people in America that don't watch the Super Bowl for the fucking Super Bowl.
Okay,
So,
well, I don't think
like,
the world cares as much as obviously we do.
I don't doubt that. Same way I don't think we care as much about the World Cup as the rest of the world does. I mean, clearly from our play. We
There's
don't.
some cool clips that come out of the World Cup.
Somewhat?
Some
Yeah,
cool
all
clips
right. Yeah,
that I saw
yeah,
that came out of-
uh-huh, yeah,
some cool
uh-huh,
clips that came out of the
uh-huh.
World
No,
Cup. that I
uh-huh,
saw.
uh-huh,
It's real nice.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
All right, let's move on.
Well, I didn't get to say what I want.
It says
Oh, go
ahead.
Friday, February 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
That's when the
Oh,
show
okay.
is.
So they are
Because
doing
they didn't put a time next to it. They put
Oh, Friday
a time
night.
next to Sunday.
that. See, if this was stars, it would have been out at midnight.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought that might have been the better thing.
Either way, watch it.
But go ahead, Joel. What are you gonna say?
The soldier that was working with the girl,
Mm-hmm.
the main soldier,
Mhm.
that's the voice. That's the original voice of Tommy from the game.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
that's cool.
You know what's so weird? I look for these characters to look like their actor counterparts, but they don't, and that's what be throwing me the fuck. Because even the lady who voiced the black lady who voiced the character, she looks nothing like the actual character.
Marlene?
So when I saw her and you were like, "Yeah, that's her," I'm like, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I'm like, oh damn, she
Wouldn't
looks
have
way
picked up on
different.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked up on that. I would have never fucking known that. That shit threw me
Well,
off.
nowadays they like to
Yeah.
actually like mocap that face. Back in the day, it's
Right.
really just
Yeah, that's what I'm
simple.
saying. That shit would have thrown me off. That would have thrown me completely off.
Yeah, I think
Um,
the voice actor for Ellie and Joel are also supposed to be in here somewhere.
Yeah,
so we'll
they
see them
are.
at some
That's
point.
cool. Did they do that? Like,
Yeah, they are in here somewhere. Just not sure exactly where. Because I remember I was watching the thing after the episode. I'm like, oh, so that's Tommy. Nice.
Mhm.
Things are
I
gonna get
wonder-
real interesting when he comes in.
I wonder if they would have like the people that they modeled the characters after, if they would put them in the show too. Because just seeing like the actual Joel walk around would be so like
Trippy,
jarring.
isn't
I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, wait. That is one thing I want to talk about really quickly, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna get out of The Last of Us. When Ellie says that she has shot a gun before, right? And he asks, who'd you shoot? Right? And she doesn't answer. Is anyone else kind of feeling like she shot her mom? Is anybody else getting that gut feeling?
Poor thing.
Mm,
I think it has to do with the prequel. With,
okay.
What's her name?
Oh,
Oh, I can't remember.
the black lady.
The black girl.
Yeah.
Her
Let
I
that
don't
happen.
want to spoil it. Jesus Christ. I can't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
anything. All right, moving on.
I don't know.
No problem. I'm just saying that was my theory. I didn't mean for us to actually give like a if there's an actual answer. That was just my theory. Like that wasn't me.
I think
spoiling
it's connected
anything.
to that. And
Yeah, I
we'll
was
get-
kind of thinking more along the lines of what Joel was thinking. Probably something to do with her.
because we don't see her. I'm like, what happened to her?
Thank you.
Oh, like,
Mhm.
All right. Let's move on. Let's go into movie corner. Joel, we saw a movie
good.
this Sunday
Saw it.
that was very, very good.
Oh,
Knock at the Cabin.
Mhm.
Knock at the Cabin. Now this is non-spoiler, so no one worry about us spoiling it. It just came out, so don't worry. No one's gonna spoil it.
Don't have to
but-
pull a dig. You're like, oh,
No, you don't. No, you don't have to take it
I
off.
haven't
no.
done my double feature yet. Just
Um,
Magic Mike.
That's a weird ass double feature.
But
That
that's what I'm
is.
doing.
What's the other one?
Magic Mike, Joel.
Yeah, that's a
That's a weird 1-2 combo. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's anyway. I did leave this movie saying I thought that this movie was M. Night Shyamalan's second best movie. Second best movie. I still think Split, right, Joel? Or am I? Yeah, Split, right? Okay. Split to me only because I've never, especially in today's climate where we just have too much information about everything coming out, right?
Mhm.
I mean, hell, we know they're doing what you call it in the Flash and bringing Javicia Leslie back to be that. Like, we just know too much. We see set photos. We just know too much.
Yeah.
The fact that Split was able to end the way it ended and no one leaked it, spoiled it that I saw. I'll say that I saw because when I saw it, shocked, shook it.
I was shocked.
When I saw it, I didn't understand what the hell
Shook
it
it.
was.
That,
I'm like, who's that?
Trayvon, that was probably 95% of the world's reaction. Was what the fuck is that? It's Bruce Willis, right? Not knowing what the connective tissue is, and even myself, I was just like, I shut up because I gasped, right? Because I'm like, Bruce Willis, and then I'm like, whoa, shut up, because I wanted to hear what was being said, so it was the confirmation I needed, right? And then when you hear what was said, you're just like, he did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. Wow. Right? Now we see him. He did it. Hooray, right? Yeah, that was beautifully done, only to be completely ruined by the very next movie he put out. But this was
I feel like McAvoy.
no. I don't think any of the actors were bad. I just think that was a horrible script. I think that was a horrible script.
I like the story. Yeah,
I have no problems with the actors. None.
Yeah.
Those are phenomenal actors, top to bottom. No problem with them.
Easily, yeah.
But yeah, so my issue was no, I'm sorry. Back to Knock at the Cabin. That was very well done. The storytelling, the progression, the build up, right? Everything about it I thought was so well done. And look, we joked about it. Trayvon, I know you got upset about it, but I get why Dave Bautista does not want to be silly anymore because there's real fucking talent there. I was even saying to Joel, I think the argument needs to be had that Dave Bautista is right now, the best actor to come from wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even think it's a tough. I think John Cena's right there after.
Yeah.
But to me, I think Dwayne plays too many of the same characters. So it kind of just seems like it's like watching Seth Rogen. No, no problem. I'm not here to try to convince anyone. No problem. And I'm not even saying he's bad at what he does. I just very much look at Dwayne the same way I look at Seth Rogen. So it's kind of like when he's casted, I kind of can predict what I'm about to get. It's very rare where Seth Rogen does a role and it's just like, oh, you're not a pot-smoking dummy? What? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I hope Donkey Kong's not that way.
I mean, you never know, right?
He might
Too many bananas.
You never know.
Yeah, he's addicted to bananas.
I was about to say Pineapple Express was making bongs out of everything. But no, I really do think Bautista has now emerged himself in this echelon to where he can be taken extremely serious as an actor, right? Getting more roles, getting more serious roles, being put in movies that are nominated. I'm not saying he'll be nominated, but being put in more movies that are taken more seriously. So I was very proud of him. I was very proud of this. I was very proud of him. I was very proud of this cast. And I was proud of M. Night Shyamalan, who did co-write this movie, which to me scared me a little bit. But it was just so well done. And then by the time we got to the end of the movie and it kind of made itself clear what it was like, this was well done. This is definitely well done. But Joel, I pass it to you. What were your thoughts on Knock at the Cabin?
Yeah, it was like you just said, it was a very well done movie. The cast did a great job. I think Bautista was fantastic because he was basically the lead of that damn movie. Aside from the couple, but like he was the head, obviously he's the main of the four of them, right? But he did just such a great job, and I really like him as an actor now. I mean, not that I didn't before, but I think I see that what he's trying to do, and I appreciate it, and good for him. You know, like not no disrespect to John Cena. I think John Cena has range, and I think we saw it in Peacemaker. And then The Rock is a superstar, right? So I'm not debating or arguing like any of the three of them, but I think I see what he's trying to do, and he's and maybe he should go into theater if that's what he's really interested in. Like, if
he just looks like he's trying to. You know what it is, Joel? It looks like he's trying to. Like The Rock and Cena want to be box office stars, right? He does not look like he's interested in that. He wants to do more cinema.
Actually act.
Right? And most cinema is not blockbusters, right? So he just looks like he wants to be more. He wants to be one of those actors that, like, when people look back, they put his name amongst like the higher caliber actors, not just the guys that were box office smashes every summer.
We've been getting
you know
there. It's hard, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Oh, no. And I'm not saying that this movie put him there. I'm just saying, after seeing his performance in this, I see why he wants to drive in this lane.
I mean, and it seems like he's talking like an actor, because that's how some actors are. Like, they want to just focus on the acting part of it and not so much the spectacle.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I get it, you know. And this is a good movie to do that in, because it was very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot to work with emotionally in this movie. And look, like, the one thing about this, I don't want, without spoiling it, like, it did not end the way I expected it to end, because it is not because it's an M. Night movie. And if you know M. Night movies going into it, you expect the unexpected. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do.
Which is what you're not supposed to do. And then this was pretty no fucking around, really. Like, kind of got to the point you're like, okay, this is what it is. And I kind of appreciate it. It's a little different than what I was expecting, so I like it.
Yeah, I definitely suggest this movie. It does make you question a lot about humanity. It does make you question a lot about yourself.
Super question.
Yeah, there's questions everywhere.
This is Uber Sophie's Choice, yes. on another level.
100%, and that's what I was alluding to in the topic before. It let me know that if we ever went, like, if we did New York Comic Con together, and someone came and knocked at our hotel or whatever, I would immediately tell Trayvon, guys, listen, we'll make the choice. Trayvon has to go, because he'll just kill us all. Let him leave. He can go home. Let him go home. Just let him go. We'll stay and we'll make the decisions. It's okay. Because Trayvon would have just said, yeah, you got a gun? You got a gun? Do you have a gun? Give me it. I'll shoot him. Don't even worry about it. You scare me, Trayvon. So definitely coming out of this movie, I was just like, yeah, anytime I go on vacation or go anywhere with anybody, I had to be very selective who I go with in case we get a knock at the goddamn cabin. No way, no how. Nope.
No, you just know I will never be at a cabin. That's all I know. I'm never gonna be
because of the fear someone would come knock at it.
Listen, strangers have told me. I told you how I felt about strangers. I'm never going somewhere where I'm out somewhere.
Strangers is such a rarity, Trayvon. You make that sound like that happens like every day. That's such a rarity. I told you. Besides, oh wait, Jamie, you haven't seen Strangers, right?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you remembered me and AJ's recommendation, right? You watch it with all the lights off, with the door wide open.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that.
Look, let me tell you. They asked them why they did this. Said because you were home.
That is the tagline of the movie. That is the tagline.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
But me and AJ did find that the best ambiance is to have all the doors and windows open, not unlocked, open, with all the lights off, and watch Strangers. It's just a beautiful ambiance.
I don't know if y'all saw Resident Evil Village, but that was like a pretty like tame game in terms of horror, and I couldn't even play that at night. I played it during the day.
I will say this, Jamie, because Trayvon's adding a little bit of extra to it. Strangers is not a scary movie. It's just
are
pop-up
lying.
scares. No,
You
hear
are
me.
lying.
It's just pop-up scares. That's really all it is. It's just pop-up scares. There's nothing truly scary about it. Like watching a movie about spirits, right? Like you could watch that and go, "Oh, that was terrifying," right? But it's like Scream, really. It's just pop-up scares. That's really all it is. That's
See,
really,
so
really all it is.
Scream to me, I know that it possibly could happen. Somebody could be that crazy, but it's more hilarious to me. Strangers is not funny to me. Strangers is not
No,
funny.
it's not funny. I was
Yeah,
only comparing the
that's
idea
scary.
that, to me, I only thought Strangers was scary watching it
It's
in
like Saw
theaters
scares me.
because the sound builds up the tension, and then it's like boom, right? And it just scares you. But there's nothing like when you actually watch it that's just like, oh, no, I couldn't watch it. Oh, I'm not going to be able to
No, it's
sleep
not
tonight.
that. That's not
No,
it.
that's what I'm
It's-
saying. That's not
It's
that's
the
scary.
realisticness of it that scares
Yeah,
me.
yeah. It's the
Well,
concept.
that's taking work home with you. I leave that shit at the theater.
Yeah, that's, no.
I leave it right at the theater.
Yeah.
It stays
If
right
I
at
have
the
a
theater.
feeling
I don't
like
take it
this
home.
could
with me.
actually happen in real life, that scares me. That type
Yeah,
of stuff,
that's
that
pretty
scares me.
scary.
That is creepy. You know, the idea.
Creepy is different, Joel. But did you ever go home and go, damn, let me make sure all my doors and windows are locked. Let me make sure my lights are on.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the usual. I'm saying I don't think that movie
My
enforced it on
fear is not even like when I'm in the house. It's like getting my keys out to open the door. Because I'm like, man, this takes too long. I hate keys, bro. I need to like.
That's why I unlock my lock from my car before I get
I
out.
wonder how many people is that their
That
fear.
I
For
run
groceries and everything, I hate fucking lock. I need a new lock. I hate the key locks, man.
Oh man,
I got
yeah.
like
I
20
feel
rooms.
like that's the one sucky
first
part,
was
and that's why
windows.
that's in every slasher film, right? Where they either catch you going to your car or trying to get into your home, right? Because it is so hard to get the key inside your door and unlock. Because then you think, oh shit,
if
is my
you're out
top lock
late,
on?
If you left during the day and came back at night and now the light's not on, I gotta look
Right.
in the dark. It's even
Yep.
worse.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah. So, but for me, Knock at the Cabin was a
That was
great
cute.
way to start the year. As far as movies go, Megan that's in a whole nother level.
That was fun.
But to bring it down again, Knock at the Cabin was a great way to kind of start this movie year. Same way Scream was last year when it came out in January. That was just a great way to start the year.
And
Great
Split-
fun
It came
time.
out in January when it came out too.
Yeah, it also
See,
came out in
Look
January.
what
Yeah.
you even said. See, look.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Exactly.
Let me bring
See?
it up. It don't have
Right.
to happen all the time, only
Right.
once. I saw Strangers too. Fuck that. You know what it really was.
Exactly.
You know what I think Strangers really scared people about is that a lot of that specific story was based on true events. I think the fact that they were promoting that is what really drove it home. Of like,
I mean, it's a scary situation, especially
Yeah,
if
right.
you-
Like,
I mean,
Like,
well, shit.
out
Saw is a scary situation, but I don't think
Yeah.
I'm about to run into a man with a
But
big
that's-
man.
Well, that's not realistic.
hold on.
How
Hold
did a
on,
man
hold
kidnap
on.
you, put you in a torture chamber?
Hold
How's
on.
that not
How
real?
How
often do you
Hold
hear
on.
about that on the news?
How often do you hear about strangers on the news? Like, you don't hear about that often.
Ezra Miller.
Saw.
We're moving on.
No, hold on. I got to talk
Go
about,
ahead, Trayvon.
why
That's
Saw
a
scares me.
celebrity.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Saw
Trayvon.
scares me as well because he was a mechanical engineer. My campus was full of them people. I said, okay, so any of these motherfuckers can do this to me. Let me be nice to everybody. this
That's
is
just
how I
it
think.
should be. But
This is
yeah,
how my mind
I want to remind you guys that there are events that happen that lead up to it. Like, I'm sure you don't have a wife that's dying that gets hit with a door and loses a child, and then that drives them insane. That
Right.
like
But
those
he
were very
kidnapped them
specific
because they
things
did
that
something
happened.
bad and said they need to
No,
pay for
but it started because of him losing that child. That's when he
Yeah.
started down that path. That's what. So it's very specific things, guys. Like,
Saw
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's what
I
makes
mean,
Strangers
no,
scary.
even Scream is specific.
Right.
You know what I'm
But that's
saying?
what
So
makes
it's like
Strangers scary. There was no reason. It's just
there
couldn't
wasn't
be
right.
told.
They were just crazy
That's
as hell.
what made it
Right.
scary.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, you know what? If we want to be honest, don't answer the door for white people. There we go. Problem solved. All right, next topic. Let's move on.
I mean, us they were black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. They were you. Like, they were you. They were versions of you. So, yeah, that's a whole nother thing to be afraid of. If I open the door and see me, Oh no, that's a whole nother conversation to have. All right, you can bring this down, Trayvon. All right, Joel, it's your time. Rumor mill with Joel.
It's the
Ooh.
rumor mill.
Which
Sorry.
one?
It's the
Ba,
rumor
ba,
mill.
ba, 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 ba.
Well, a lot of these are a little bit old. They're not necessarily new rumors.
Age
but we
rumor
haven't
mill
talked
with
about
Joel.
Yeah.
Who we talking about?
A lot of them actually are Fantastic Four related. Because that
Yes.
seems to be a lot of shit out there
Let's talk about it.
on the Fantastic Four. Like every week, there's a new contender for Reed Richards, and it's
Yeah.
it's hard to narrow down what's real, what's not real.
It's like a number one contenders match on wrestling. Like, they're building up for it. It's like
You hear,
just say it.
every week it's somebody new.
Goodness gracious.
Like
It's a
the
new white
most
man every
recent.
week.
The most recent name that you hear out there being floated around is Dev Patel. Well, like as an actor, great actor.
Trayvon, you got that photo that I sent you of the bunch of different ones in one? Bring
Sure
that
do.
one. Yeah.
Sure do.
That has Dev Patel in there.
So do.
Dev Patel is the current name that seems to be floating around right now, and it seems like we don't know for sure, obviously, who they're going to cast, but all these people have been mentioned at one point and one actually played Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness. John, but God forbid they keep him. I'm not sure what the point of that was, but
I didn't heard the top left one, but it's interesting.
I know I didn't either. I don't know why he's up there, but fuck it,
Yeah.
that's true. That's cool.
That's
I don't. Not my first choice. I think he could do something else, but not against it. Even though I keep hearing now that they prefer a person of color for Reed, and if that's the case, I think Dev Patel would be my favorite choice. I think he's definitely a good actor. That's not even a question.
No, you're underselling him.
Yeah,
He is a
ridiculous.
phenomenal actor.
No, the
Phenomenal.
acting part is not the issue ever. But if they have to lean that way, I would probably lean towards him. But I don't know, man. I swear to God, next week or maybe this week, because now we're on next week, we'll probably hear a different name. And it's just a rotating. I just can't wait till it's over. I wish we can't wait to get that who's casted so we can stop guessing.
I will say this: the main reason why I want this casting to hurry up and finish is because, remember, by the time we get to the end of the year, people will ramp up with their Superman fan castings, their Batman fan castings. We can't have all this shit happening all at once.
Because
I can't have
Telling
all.
y'all they're gonna be in Quantum Mania. Telling you, you're already cast. We just don't know it yet.
Fantastic.
I'm sure. Then you're telling me it's a week away. I'll take that.
There's no way we're this close to Quantum Mania, and it hasn't been leaked. That's all I'm saying.
That's also. Well, to be fair, I was about to say we'll find out from here on if that's true. But for me, Joel, I'm gonna pass it around to Jamie and Trayvon also. I'm going Dev also only because to me, if that's a name that's being floated around, look at the faces here outside of Luna. Clearly, those two are here only for the sake of diversity, right? They're great actors. I'm not saying like they're talentless, but it's for diversity purposes, right? So I'm like, well, if you want to go diversity, I prefer Dev over Luna. So for me, I would go Dev. That's who I would go with. And you know how I feel about the Green Knight. The Green Knight I thought was epic, and he was fucking phenomenal. So I'd have no problem with that. And if he has this look, what's going to be really interesting is this specific look here looks more like Doctor Strange than the Doctor Strange we have. So that's going to be interesting. But no, I love him as an actor. I would prefer him because John Krasinski is just out of my head. I've let that go the same way I had to let Ben Affleck being my Batman again go. Like it's not going to happen. It's done. It's over. It's pipe dream at this point. Move on. So I'm going Dev Patel. Jamie, who out of this group here, right? Again, all rumors. None of this is like it's legit down to these names. This is all rumors.
Right.
Is there anyone here that you'd be interested in?
I think Dev Patel would be an interesting pick. The guy from You, whose name I don't know, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Bottom middle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's you that has just made me like hesitant or not hesitant. I don't know. It's just that is such a big role for him in my head that seeing him as Mr. Fantastic after that, I would be like, whoa, like what in the world
You
is
haven't seen
what
him
is
in
going
Gossip
on?
Girl, have you?
Say what?
You haven't seen him in Have you seen Gossip Girl?
I saw Gossip Girl a while. I actually stopped watching Gossip Girl because they kept doing the same thing every season. Like I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
I guess so.
Like not that
I-
it wasn't bad, but I was like, I literally know what's going to happen, and I'm on season 3. Like this, I
Do you
need to
know who was
stop.
Gossip Girl?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I do.
Sorry. All right.
Wait a minute.
So-
Wait a minute. Hold on. You just blew my fucking mind. There was an actual Gossip Girl.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, yeah, yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
person revealed at the end that was doing it the whole time. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Have you seen Bridgerton, Joel? It's like
No.
the same situation. There is a Miss Whistledown. You know, you just don't know who it is. But
You said
I mean-
Whistledown? That's a
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah.
Whistledown?
yeah.
That's not a sex worker.
No.
No.
Wow.
Well, nobody
okay.
knows who she is, so
Gossip
technically she could
newspaper.
be. Except I kind of guessed it, and I'm like, oh, I bet it's this person, and it was. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. But
Okay.
she's cool.
That's weird.
But yeah, I think Dev Patel would be an interesting pick. I think I've only seen him in Green Knight. I've seen like
The
bits
Life
and
of Pi.
pieces. Did not watch that one.
You didn't see The Life of Pi? You didn't see Slumdog Millionaire?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, like a long
'cause
time
that was his-
ago.
That was his breakout with Slumdog Millionaire. And then he's
Yeah.
just been producing gold since.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I did like him in Green Knight. Green Knight was an odd film, but
It
I
was.
appreciate it. So yeah, I think it would be interesting to see what he would do with that character. So yeah, I'll follow you with Dev Patel.
It's so funny because, Joel, do you remember what we said when Green Knight, when they dropped that trailer? We had just finished saying, it seems like every time they do movies like this, it's always King Arthur. Like they never address anybody else. And then it felt like a day after we said that, they were like, Green Knight. We were just like, well, here you go. Yeah, this is what we were
Oh,
saying.
he's in that.
Other
Oh, that's
people
what it's about.
exist.
He's
Yeah.
in that era.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think he plays his character is King Arthur's nephew, right? Or am I
Oh.
tripping?
I forget.
I
I've
think
never
it
seen
was.
Maybe I
Green.
will watch this
Something
movie now.
like that.
King Arthur was in the movie, is what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
there's a Knights of the Round Table, and they never showcase the Round Table. It's just King Arthur.
He plays Gawain. That's what he plays.
Oh,
He
okay.
was someone's nephew, though.
Hmm.
It doesn't state it.
I gotta look it up. I don't know.
Okay,
Hmm.
I don't know off the top of
Um,
my head who's related to who.
it's on Trayvon. It is on Showtime.
Say Gawain. Sorry.
Last time I saw, so if you want to go to Showtime and check it out,
yeah,
it's a
he's the
really
nephew.
fun movie.
He's King Arthur's nephew.
I thought so. Okay, I thought so. I love that movie so much. I found it hard to believe that I forgot something. So I'm like, I felt like I knew that for sure. But yeah, Trayvon, if you have not seen it, check it out. It is very weird as far as how it's shot and its visuals, but it's a beautiful story. It's a very beautiful story.
Okay.
Very beautiful story. Let's see what we got here before we move on. Jawan, when I heard Whistledown, I thought the same thing. Yeah, I'm like, Miss Whistledown. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like P Valley type of shit. Anyway, Trayvon, who here on this list, and let me be specific on how I word this, would you like to see play Reed Richards? Because I asked Jamie, who here would you like to pick, right? It made it too ambiguous. For you, I have to say, who here would you like to see be Reed Richards?
I mean,
So
Dev
you
has,
can't
the
make
best,
it gross.
Dev has the best hair in this picture.
He show do.
Well, to be fair, I don't know if that's what his hair looks like now. I just know that's how they drew
I need it
it.
to happen now.
I'm just
Like
being
whatever it
funny.
takes, we gotta get that way.
This is a fan art of Dev.
Well, to me, the only reason why that's why I was making the
Looks
joke.
like an
I
AI
don't
thing.
want that. Is
Like an
that's how
AI.
Dr. Strange looks. He has the hair with
You're
the
right.
curl kind of comes down, and it's
You're
like
right.
I don't need too many people with that.
But this is doing something for me, so we gotta make it happen.
I'm with you then. Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you. If it's doing it for you, all right, let's make it happen then. So Trayvon, you going with Dev? That's you rocking with Jamie?
Look, I don't know much about Dev. I mean, he looked good right here. Y'all say his act is great. I don't know that for myself, but I like Penn Badgley. I do like him a lot, so it'd be interesting to see him do this role.
It would. It would.
It'll be fun to see him do a superhero role, just to see what he would do
Yeah.
with that, because he is nowhere near like Joe or you or the character of Gossip Girl. He's actually kind of goofy and stuff. I was curious to see how he would do with this. I was actually
Wait, why do y'all hold on? Why do y'all keep boxing him in? Like, because he did you, he doesn't have the range to be Reed Richards.
I'm not saying he doesn't have the range. It's just for me, it would be so jarring because like that's become outside of Gossip Girl, like that's his biggest role for me. So to see him all of a sudden be like Mr. Fantastic, helping
Hold on.
people out, doing good.
I want to
things,
remind
like,
you, Jamie. I want to remind you that the darkest point of my life were Twilight movies, and that motherfucker became my Batman. So if that could be a change around, I think I think it's only an issue. It might only be an issue for you because you is so fresh, right? As opposed to Twilight that came out over a decade ago, right? And it's a decade later, and now he's Batman. It's still going on, right? Especially if there's another season, it would be a little concurrent to if he did get casted, him then going to go film Fantastic Four. So I think it's because it's so fresh. But for me, I put that right out. Only because
for me,
only
it's
reason
it's the
long what?
monologue, the long monologues and speeches that he's able to do and stuff. Like, be interested to see Reed doing that. I mean, you know, he could do, like, you know, I was like, here, you know, here I do it, you know.
Like, it's not like I don't think he's
That's
not
great,
capable or that I wouldn't be able to get past it. It would just be like the initial thought. I guess similar to, you know, Robert Pattinson playing Batman. It would be like, whoa, okay, I have to mentally prepare myself for that. But
yeah, I mean, hell, there was a time where people were doubting Michael Keaton as being Bruce Wayne or Batman, and now people revere him as the best to ever do it, right? So I think it just grows. But to me, I think being able to do it shows your range as an actor. Because the character of Joe and the character of Reed Richards are nothing alike. You know?
Kylo, we just ignore him.
No, it's not an ignoring. To me, I look at because it's not. Because if he got if he got casted as Reed Richards, I wouldn't have a problem. It's just that face screams Doom. And I'm going to be honest, it only screams that because of Kylo. Right. Adam Driver only gives me Doom vibes because of Kylo. Yeah. That's the only reason. So now I'm like, I want to see, because I'm like, Dr. Doom sometimes does have, the scar on his face, does rock the helmet. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, it just makes sense. Right. But if you're Adam Driver, you might say, hey, he might say, hey, I let the last regime cover this face up. It's not happening again. Show my face, right? Might be where he's looking at it. But to me, I don't have a problem with anybody here. I mean, maybe, what's his name from Lucifer? Only because it's like, I don't know. It just really does nothing for me.
Yes.
Relax. All right, relax. Okay, just relax. But yeah, I like this list. I really do. So at the end of the day, Trayvon, who are you going with? Jamie said Dev. I think Joel said Dev, but Joel really, he's Switzerland here. I said Dev. Who are you going with, Trayvon?
Penn.
You said who?
Penn.
Oh, Penn. Got you. And it's Badley, right? Or Badgley? Badgley.
Yeah. That's how it's spelled anyway. I'm gonna say it.
When you're beautiful, you demand people to say your name properly, right? It's like,
when you're normal, you demand people to say your name properly.
No, I get my name said wrong all the time. It happens all the time.
Come on, Jawan.
No, sorry. You're not, when you look like Joe from your name gets said properly. I mean, it just goes with the territory. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
whenever you hear someone say Benicio del Toro or names like that, Sofia Vergara, they say that shit right. Why? They are beautiful. You don't fuck that up. You don't fuck up beautiful people's names. Come on now. Come on. All right, Joel, we got a little bit more rumors to go through. What else we got? What's next?
Well, let's see. What did I send to you? I mean, it's all.
You sent me Galactus. You sent me
like the last
Ryan Gosling, and you sent me Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Right.
Remember, rumors.
Yeah, it's all rumors.
Confirmed? Miles Morales confirmed? What?
Rumors,
Our
mainly because we don't even have confirmation on a Spider-Man movie for that to even be taken seriously.
Right.
So,
And now we're just guessing.
right. I mean, it makes the most sense. You know, it's a way to kind of let Tom know a break will be given to you. Like,
Problem with that
you
is,
won't
like,
have to carry.
we need a
this.
date soon if they're gonna have this movie out. You know, like
It has to be 2025. I have to. assume it has to be
2025?
Yeah.
That's a while.
they have an untitled.
If they're gonna have Miles in between, then sure. But if not, that's a while.
No. We're not
No.
saying a separate Miles movie. We're saying Miles in Spider-Man 4. That's the rumor, not a separate Miles movie. Because
So
to me,
you-
I believe if you're Marvel and you do that, that's redundant. You don't do a Miles movie till after you've introduced him with Peter, and then decide on whether or not you want to just make Peter essentially the big wig, kind of like how Hawkeye is, and then Kate Bishop kind of assumes that while he kind of plays back and does other things, or are you going to go the route of you're going to start to progressively edge Peter Parker out and replace with Miles?
When we come back, be like, hey guys, I've been being Spider-Man, alone for 2 years.
Yeah, no,
don't-
you don't want to
think
do
we'll
any
have
of that.
You don't think we'll have
No.
a Spider-Man movie till 2025?
We don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, Sony has been announcing
point-
everything but. So yeah,
As of
If
right
they do
now,
announce it right now, it won't be ready
Sony
by then.
has an
Mm.
untitled movie set to release next year in June. But if they want to if it is Spider-Man, they would need to move soon. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So,
Damn.
and here's the crazier part: we haven't even heard any of our scoopers necessarily hint at the fact that could be what the movie is next year.
What's Craven release date? Do they have
January.
one?
It's
October.
January. Oh, it's
So I-
October? I thought it was January. Oh no, El Muerta. I think is supposed to be January, right?
Muerto.
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 Yeah,
Muerto.
Muerto.
Sorry, for me, I'd like
He's a guy.
Liza Gonzalez to
Bad
be
Bunny,
that
right?
character. Sorry. Yeah.
Mhm.
Muerto and Madam Web both come out in the beginning of next year, January and
Okay.
February, which is
I gotta
Okay.
hold on to the next
Nice
Spider-Verse
cinematic
movie
movie.
closely then. It's just gonna be a while.
Well,
Spider-Verse
think of it
comes
like this,
on-
Jamie. What Joel's trying to say is that Sony has to drop, even though Mike was saying that the loophole is anything Spider-Man related counts.
Mhm.
I still think that's weird because they release these movies at such a high clip that it makes sense. But they have to release a Spider-Man movie like what, every 4 years, Joel?
Yeah, to keep the rights.
Right.
Uh,
So, and remember, the last Spider-Man movie was only a year or two ago.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't
next
like
year
it
would be
was
the
like-
fourth year.
Well, technically, isn't the Miles Morales ones counting for them because the Marvel Studios ones are technically Disney, isn't it? Technically, I don't know. How does that
No,
work?
that's never true. They
Still-
split it.
Still,
Those
do?
are Sony movies. Sony movies partnered with Marvel. I mean,
With
you gotta
Marvel
look at it
with
like
creative
this:
control, right?
not creative control, not full creative control.
They have
Uh,
a say,
Right.
but they have no say on the.
Here's how you know it's not full creative control. You ready, Trayvon? I can guarantee you that Venom being in the Spider-Man No Way Home end credit scene was Sony's idea, not Kevin's. Kevin's idea was, I'll put him in there, but only to remind people
how it played
that
out
you are
was,
not
that
part
was,
of my
that
world.
was definitely MCU. I was Disney.
He definitely said, I'll put him in here. And they're like, great. And then as soon as they left,
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
said, make it so he is gone. He is
Mhm.
fucking out of here.
He shows
so
up.
people know. Right.
That was definitely a message if I've ever seen one. He's like, yeah, he'll be in it for a minute, and then we're gonna send his ass out.
We'll take
He
this
did
under
that.
the-
So, he did that. So if they ever asked him in an interview, he could just say, did you see it? Did you see the end credit? What happened? He disappeared, right?
Yeah.
My world.
But he left
He's not
some
here.
goo, right? He left some of the.
He left the
symbiote.
only he left the only thing part of Sony I'm willing to leave.
Yeah.
And that's a symbiote.
I can't
That's
wait
it.
to see it in Secret Wars.
That's gonna be so much fun seeing it in Secret Wars. But yeah, so for me, Trayvon, actually, you could bring up the Miles Morales picture. We'll just get into that while we're here.
Yeah.
For me, you've been setting this up since day one, and that's why I'm kind of like, it makes sense that it's sooner rather than later. Because to me, that throwaway in Homecoming was unnecessary if your plan was not to at least explore the idea
Of course.
of Miles Morales, right?
Mhm.
and you casted the perfect person as Prowler. You know what I'm saying? In Donald Glover. So for me, it's like Miles Morales needs to be the end game. Now, what his status is as a whole in the MCU, I don't know. I don't know. And honestly, as long as I get him, I don't really care. I just think he needs to be brought in, at least in Spider-Man 4. Even if you do it, Jamie, the way that the game did, to where he's just like an innocent bystander helping out, super Spider-Man fan, you know, whatever the case may be. The movie ends and him getting the bug bite. I don't even need the ending to be him and Peter jumping on the wall together. That's too much. It could just be he gets a bug bite. And then you explore it either in his solo or in the next Spider-Man movie where it's the both of them. Whatever that is, you could just do it as simple as that. It does not have to be this big showcase where he's going to suit up. You don't have to do that. I get it if you know you feel like it's too early, but he should be in that movie as Miles Morales. In the end credit scene is him getting the bug bite. Jamie, again, this is a rumor, Miles Morales possibly being in Spider-Man 4. What are your thoughts on that? Because you were ready to just crown him his own movie. You're like, fuck it, Miles Morales movie.
I mean, you know, he deserves it. I would love to see that. But listening to like what you and Joel have had to say about this topic, it definitely makes sense that he would be in Spider-Man 4 in some way or fashion, especially considering the fact that, you know, Peter is essentially like alone. He has nobody in the MCU right now. So to have like another spider person, or even just initially a person that he can relate to and connect with, be in his story, I think is pretty critical for like a Spider-Man film, because we never really see him by himself. When he's by himself, like bad things happen, you know. People get like almost killed, like what we saw in the last film. So yeah, I this makes a lot of sense. I definitely could see Miles being in Spider-Man 4, and I will be crossing my fingers hoping that the rumor gets confirmed, because I like me some Miles. Love it.
I will say nothing would shut the internet down like Feige doing San Diego Comic-Con this year, right? To kind of, you know, they bring Blade out, give us kind of a feel of what Blade's going to be about, and then you end it with the announcement of Spider-Man 4, right? And instead of bringing out just Tom Holland, you do kind of like what they did when they brought Chadwick Boseman out for Civil War, right? You bring out Tom Holland and whoever your director is going to be, and then they issue out Miles Morales. That's the perfect. That would shut down San Diego Comic-Con like only Marvel can.
Oh, yeah.
It really would. I don't know if Sony would ever allow them to take full ownership of doing something like that. They would want to be somewhere on stage. Like, hey, remember, it's us. It's us.
What Marvel's ever done with them? Because
with Spider-Man. Well, I can tell you exactly what they did. They did it the one year when what was the second one called? Far From Home. Because when they came out on stage, all they had to showcase was just a flip book of like what the scenes look like, and they were just kind of telling you a little bit about the movie. But that was really it. They
and that's
saved
the Homecoming was too, actually.
Right. They saved now when the official con happened, where you got actual footage and everything, was CCXP or something like that, where Jake Gyllenhaal and them all were out there in like I think Brazil or wherever.
Brazil, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's when Sony had ownership of it and they introduced it to the world. But Kevin did come up on stage and it was just like a quick flip book of what Mysterio would look like and stuff like that. And he talked a little bit about it, but that was it. So that's why I'm saying I could see something like they just bring Tom Holland and the director out and maybe Miles. And then Sony is like, that's fine. But when there's footage, we doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I could see them doing something like that. I could definitely see that. But I've been wrong a lot. So take that as you may. But Trayvon, what are your thoughts? Is this something that you hope does happen as soon as Spider-Man 4, or is this something that you don't mind waiting for whenever they get to it?
They're better. I've been waiting since it got announced in the first movie. Like you said, I have a nephew here. I heard that loud and clear. It's basically like you yelled at into my ear when I heard that. I said, "What? You got where? A nephew where?" Oh, okay, all right. Get to that. Let's move on. Let's get to that. So now, he's been out here by himself. I mean, if he dies, I don't care. So if if he's here, he goes away. Let's bring in Miles. I don't care. So I just want Miles. So I mean, that's how he usually happens, right? Usually dies or gets hurt or whatever. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they
In
do.
the Ultimate Universe.
I just want to remind you, Trayvon, you watched the whole animated movie where there was a Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Now his Peter Parker did die, but there was a
Mhm.
Peter Parker
Mhm.
along with that Miles.
Yeah.
You don't, and again, I also want to remind you, you could have Kate Bishop and Clint. You remember that, right? You remember when you tried to kill Clint and Clint lived?
I'm just like, if I had a choice, if I had to choose.
You don't have it.
Peter,
This is
and
why we
Miles.
can't invite you to the cabin. You are so quick to make decisions on death, and it's not even the topic. Like, you don't have to kill one
Well,
Spider-Man to have
necessary.
another.
Right.
It's like no one even told you that was an option. You're just like, yeah, he got to die. It's like, why'd you jump so fast? Like, why
I'm
does
just
death have
saying
to be
what
the
I'm going
thing?
to sacrifice. Okay.
But you
No,
don't have to
you
sacrifice
don't have to.
anything.
I love Tom, but
Wait,
if he got
I love the difference between when Jamie came on and then Trayvon. Jamie's very much just like, yeah, just give Miles his own movie. And Trayvon's like, only one can live. Miles is the one that lives. Kill Peter, dead, gone. Miles world now. Like, what?
get Miles some motivation. I'm just playing.
Man.
I'm joking. But I'm not joking. Anyway, look.
You also
Yes,
love
very
that
much.
Miles
Very
Morales
much.
game where Peter Parker was very much alive,
Yeah, he
just
is.
not in the state.
Mhm.
So if you can accept that, why he got to die in the movie world?
I'm just letting y'all know what I would willing to sacrifice. I didn't
That
say
you
this
are
time.
trigger happy. That's what you let
Just
us
saying,
know
like,
right
if
now.
he does,
That
it's
Trayvon
fine.
will shoot a motherfucker, guilty or innocent.
I just
He's
don't
just
see
popping
Sony
caps.
allowing them to have both of them. I just don't see it.
I don't see how you think Sony cares. They're doing a whole villain verse with no Spider-Man, and you think now is the time where they're like, "Well,
Well,
you can't have two.
I mean,
You're not even using one." What do you
in the
care?
Morbius, they kind of mentioned him, so I'm like, what's going on with that?
Vulture mentioned it.
I don't
I
think
wish
you should. I don't think you should consider that movie. I'm sorry, that end credit scene canon to anything.
Well,
I think Feige's made it
I
very
would
clear
love
that
to
none
go
of it was canon.
yeah, but I wish they never said it.
Wait. You know what, Trayvon? Let me help you out here. You ready? This is how I'm gonna help you out. Venom was mentioned in Morbius, right?
Mhm.
Kevin Feige did his best to abolish Venom from the MCU. So if Venom doesn't exist in the MCU, how does Morbius?
Well, I'm just going off what I saw.
I get you. That's what I'm saying. Just don't consider it canon. Just put it out of your head. It's okay. it was an F up on Sony's part.
Vulture was also in.
I know. Hear me. It was an F up on Sony's part that
Yeah.
Kevin Feige very, very directly cleaned up and made clear. I don't know what they told you. It ain't here. It ain't here. You're gonna get a new Venom casted. I'm just letting you know. It won't be Tom Hardy. That should be all the evidence you need. That whatever you saw in Morbius does not live within. You know what you should do? You should consider the end of Morbius a deleted scene of Loki. Like he went to a multiverse where some crazy shit was happening, right? Like, he pruned that universe. It doesn't exist anymore. That's gone. That's done. Enough of you.
I still
Yeah.
need somebody to ask Feige or ask what's her name, Amy.
No, don't ask Amy.
I
Amy
wanna
just
know. I
says
just want to know. I want to know her
Don't ask Amy.
explanation.
Yeah,
I
don't
want an
ask Amy.
explanation.
Don't
I
ask
wanna
Amy.
Why?
This is the same
why?
Amy that was told on the car ride to the studio, "Hey, we are not together." And the first chance she got, she's like, "Yeah, you'll see Venom in the MCU." And
We're
Kevin was like,
adjacent.
"Bitch,
What she said,
didn't
we're
I
adjacent.
tell you?" Like he looked at her like, "Didn't we talk about this in the car? You are not me. Like you don't get to speak this kind of talk. Shut up. No, sir. No." I don't know what she just said. No, it's not part of me. But okay, so clearly you got murder on your mind, Trayvon. All right, so we're just gonna glance over that.
I didn't say that.
You
I
directly
just
did say
said
that. You have a
it's
bloodlust.
okay.
I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's all this witch shit you watching. You got this bloodlust.
Gotta
Oh my
sacrifice
God.
it to
Can we
get
talk- can we talk about that? Can we talk about that?
You want to sacrifice somebody.
Too much
be
dark
about
magic
that
in
real
the
quick.
soul.
Can I do that?
You wanna do what?
Do
what?
about that damn show real quick.
You will before we log off. I promise.
Let me get into that.
We only have two more things, and then we'll go to you, and then we'll get out of here. Joel, I know you're very indifferent about when they introduce Miles Morales. It's just you want them to introduce Miles Morales.
Yeah, my preference is for them to introduce him in the MCU over having his own movie in Sony's universe because I don't want them to touch it.
Yeah.
So when I thought about introducing him, I thought the best time would be in the fourth one, and it would be like that. Like he wouldn't get his powers till like the end of like the movie, or he gets bit. Like that could be a post-credit scene or whatever. I don't know how or whatever. That's for them to
It
figure
could
out.
really play out, honestly, kind of like how the game did. If you
Yeah,
wanted
sure.
to
I could.
utilize it like that, you know?
Okay.
I mean, I did think the game was kind of wild. Spider was just that exposed where he got bit. I thought that was weird, but it was a game, so I didn't really think much of
Right.
it. So
Oh, excuse me. Right. So, like, I don't, let them figure that part out. But yeah, I would love to see him introduced to Miles in this first game. I mean, in this fourth movie. Better now, and then have him gradually become the Miles we know as we go on.
and you know what'll be really interesting is that if you do introduce Miles in Spider-Man 4, what's going to be really interesting is when you turn Peter into when he gets the symbiote part of him, do we get to see a dope ass Miles versus Peter to
It
kind of try to
depends.
snap
That's
him
if
out
he
of it?
brings the symbiote suit back, which he might with him. So,
You know what? Actually, I'm glad you said that the way that you did, Joel, because now I'm thinking that might be Kevin Feige's way of avoiding Venom, is that the symbiote never makes it back to Earth. So he never had to experiment with Venom in the MCU. So it's just null and void, right? They're like, you saw Venom there. They effed it up. Sorry. You're not going to get it here. Like, you're not going to get it here.
hope that's
Well,
yes.
But the piece of it was on Earth, like, and Venom got taken back, right?
It was. It could attach to the Avengers ship or whatever when they go out to space. It should be utilized when he's out, when he's not necessarily on Earth. You could bring it back to Earth and he utilizes it. I'm not against that.
That's how in the comic book he
Right.
attached himself while he was away during the Secret Wars, and that was the suit he was wearing, so that's what he brings back with him.
Right.
And then we get the story of.
But Trayvon does make a good point that we know it's in like what, Hawaii,
It's
wherever,
Earth,
yeah,
Somewhere.
wherever he was.
And
yeah.
you could always play the like, how did it get to him? Well, that's kind of what the last thing the symbiote wanted to do was to go see
Right.
Spider-Man.
It's
That's
gonna
probably
find
what
him.
it's trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is on Earth, so we got to
Yeah.
figure out how it's going to get to Peter.
Right.
We don't
And
know.
also remember, it's on Earth, but miles away
Yeah.
from where Peter Parker is.
Very
So
cool.
there's a lot. So if you can suspend belief of how it got from wherever Eddie Brock was to New York, you can suspend belief that it
Oh, that
attaches
is-
to Peter as he goes into space.
Look at the
That's what I'm
airport.
saying.
Flight going to New York. Boom.
Yep.
Get on
Test
First
somebody's
of all-
luggage.
That symbiote works like flubber, and that motherfucker is looking up flight schedules for.
I
Where's
mean, you
New
saw how
York?
it worked in Venom. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
like
it'll
it's
figure
not
it
that
out.
far fetched.
Yeah.
Like,
That would
Sentient.
be hilarious.
Look for the next
That would be
post.
hilarious. Miles, I get it, Joan. Yeah, badunch. I hate you, Mike. Yeah, I think we all just want this to be true because seeing Miles on the big screen, I think, has been something we've all wanted.
Mhm.
You know, since before the game, since before
Okay.
even the animated movie, Miles has been a lot of people's favorite. You know, I think he's slowly become the more popular of the two.
Correct.
I don't
Yeah.
agree, but
You don't agree
I don't agree. I don't know how you could say that, but that's fine. What's your opinion?
that Miles became more popular than Peter?
Yeah, I don't see how that's true.
I think that's an argument the same way that Trayvon's saying that when Trayvon was saying that the new Trinity is led by Marvel rather than DC. It's just a changing of times. I think more people know Miles than they know Peter.
I disagree. Okay, that's
You
your
just
opinion.
that animated movie was
It
a
was
lot of
great,
people's
but there's a good
first interpretation of Spider-Man, like
But
Spider-Man.
so
Period.
many people already knew who Spider-Man was.
I get you, but
And
if
every
you
time it's a
ask,
Spider-Man movie, it's Peter Parker.
I agree, and I believe that a lot of people
Don't
could
agree.
name
You think
Miles
every-
more than
you
Peter
think-
Parker. No, I agree that Peter Parker till Miles in the animated world was more popular. I think people definitely cling to Miles more than Peter Parker today.
I disagree.
I know I do.
But that's fine. It could be.
People love Miles, but there's no way he's more popular than Peter. I would like to do a poll. I would like to do a poll. I think he's more popular. I'm not saying it's by like a large margin.
Peter
I think it's
Parker
close,
is
but I
still
think today
always, I mean,
Miles is more popular.
I don't know. I don't think Miles is more popular than Peter Parker just because like Spider-Man has been around for so long and it feels like Miles is just starting to have his kind of like get in
early
his
on.
spotlight. But I do think that when people know both characters, they tend to like Miles more because of like the different characteristics and stuff that he has. And
just
he's
think-
like, the spunk of a young black teen, as the the video game
just
journalists
think-
like to say.
I just think it's the flavor of the month. That's why I'm saying I don't think this is like an all-time thing. I just think right now it's just the flavor of the month, and it's just it's just Miles leans more to popular
right now, but there's no way he's more popular. Spider-Man being, let's say, the most popular superhero in the world.
I would agree. After Batman, right?
People, it's Peter Parker first. It just is.
And you're saying totality, and I'm not arguing that. That's what I'm saying. I was
That's not
agreeing
what
to
we're
what you're
talking
saying. No, I'm saying right now, I believe Miles is just the flavor of the month.
He is.
That's what I'm
not,
saying.
I'm not disagreeing
And
with
that's
that.
why I'm saying I think he's more popular.
He's a very popular character right now. Yes, he is.
Right, that's what I'm
Overall,
saying.
I just
That's
don't
what
think
I'm
he's more
saying.
popular than Peter overall, because in totality, Spider-Man and Peter Parker are just.
I get you, and that's why I'm.
I'd be curious to see
That's
who
what I'm
you
saying.
wanna see
I agree
more
with you.
now. You ask them which one.
That's different. Having a preference in who you like is different than who you know and the majority know as Spider-Man.
But that's why I'm saying, Joel. I think we're saying two different things. I'm only speaking popularity. No, I'm only saying popularity. And then you just said right now, if it was a popularity contest, Miles would win it. That's all I'm saying. It's just popular. I said he's just more popular. That's all I said. He's just more popular than Peter.
That's that. I just.
Peter's legacy.
I didn't say he was more recognizable. I didn't say.
That's the way to put it,
I just he's more popular. Wait, would you say
Popular
Trayvon?
is also most known.
I said Peter's legacy. Miles is more popular right now.
Right. Yeah, he's a legacy act, and Miles is just more popular right now. Right now, that's it. That could change tomorrow, but right now, I just think he's more popular.
I think it's just worded wrong, because we're definitely arguing two different things now.
That's what I'm saying. I was only from the beginning talking about popularity.
But
it was
you see
only
how
just
I took
popularity.
Because the way you
You
worded
took it personal.
it's ridiculous.
Look behind him on the wall. Look behind him.
He took it personal.
Yeah, look. Yeah.
Miles is right there.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see him.
Nah, he is a little far. There's
He
Peter.
is. Covered up.
Walking
He's
big.
covered
Yeah.
That's my first love. Spider-Man.
Right.
It's my Spider-Man. That's Peter.
Right.
That's what
And I completely agree with you. But Joel, that's what I'm saying. Remember when we were having the conversation with Trayvon that no matter how big the MCU is, there will never be any characters that are more recognizable than Batman and Superman. That'll just never happen. But if you're telling me that right now they're more popular, as much as it literally kills my insides, it's true. It is true. They are more popular than Batman and Superman.
I think.
But legacy-wise,
as a
no way
Trinity-
Iron Man is a bigger name than
Yeah.
Batman.
No,
Right?
Even
Of
now,
course.
even as popular as Cap and Iron Man and Thor are, they're never ever
Mhm.
going to be more popular than Batman and Superman. They just never are.
Right.
Never are. You can hate
No.
all you want. The
Again,
truth is the
Trayvon.
truth.
Again, Trayvon, it's as simple as Batman always will make money. Always. If you separate them, put them in something, whatever you do with Batman, it'll always make money, right? I don't believe that if 30 years from now you reboot the MCU and just do an Elseworld Iron Man, it will continue to build revenue the way that Batman will always build revenue. It's a top biller. It is. I believe Iron Man is a top biller. It's just different than with Batman.
Yeah, it just you can't, especially Batman. You really can't.
With
That's not
Batman
my
Marvel comparison, I still don't think Again, not tops, just popularity right now, Mike. That's all we're saying. That's it. Just right now.
Yeah,
I
I get it.
get what you
Trust me,
guys
I
are
understand
arguing.
where you're coming from because the way it was being worded, it just confused me.
That's like if someone told me Drake's more popular than Jay-Z. 100%. But is Drake better in anything than Jay-Z?
Not about being
No,
better.
the legacy.
Who's more
The
white?
legacy there
who
is
you
Jay-Z.
asking.
That's the legacy.
Why
But if
don't
you're
you-
talking about popularity right now, there are kids that have no idea who Jay-Z is. So that's all I'm saying.
But there's
That's
still
all I'm
like
saying.
kids that know who Peter Parker are because it's not like Peter Parker's not out of the light. You know what I mean?
He's not. But there are a lot of kids that the focus right now seems to be Miles. That's all I'm saying. So it's just the popular because it's the flavor of the
they're
month.
marketing Miles a lot more now.
Right.
Too.
That's all I'm
And same
saying.
thing with
That's
Gwen.
it.
Gwen's very popular right now. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Yep,
For
he was
sure.
so
For sure.
important
That's Miles.
last season.
For sure. Yep, for sure. So again, Mike and Joel, who I know are two very big Spider-Man fans, relax. I just mean right now, just today.
I love Miles Morales. Please do
Just
not
today.
get that twisted. As a Puerto Rican man, it fuels my whole. You know, I love the fact that he is. I have a half Hispanic hero. That is my heritage. It's nice. So that's why I get this. You know, I get annoyed when people just want to make him all black because I'm like, he's not all black. He's half black. So you can find someone that's half breed out there somewhere. All right, you can do it.
I
There's someone
prefer
out
him
there.
to just be full Hispanic, but that's
No,
me.
you got to do half.
I
There's
don't-
someone out there. Don't be lazy.
No, I'm not saying it for that. I'm saying it for the sole purpose of there's not many Hispanic characters that you
Obviously,
have.
there's
So
an
why
emphasis
not?
now on changing that? If you have
there is. There is. We're getting a whole villain movie adapting that. It's just like,
so yeah,
yeah, that is also true. Yeah.
Moon
It's
Knight
coming
is
down the
Hispanic.
pipeline.
That wasn't happening a couple years ago. So this is
And it was so crazy because like that still blows my mind how they pulled a lot of that character off in that show. But anyway, let's move on. Something that we got that is not a rumor before we get to our last rumor. And then we end with Trayvon. Oh fuck, what's his name? James Mangold. There we go. Trayvon, I sent that to you, the James Mangold Swamp Thing. James Mangold looks to be the first director of the new DCU. Is that the what?
Never mind. I'll take it back. What did he direct before this?
just before this. Oh,
Yeah. Like, what is his like main thing?
Oh, Logan. Yes. If you
Okay,
said
what's
Logan.
up?
Oh,
Okay,
that's
okay.
right,
I
yeah.
made sure I was
I'm sorry.
like,
No,
okay,
I'm sorry.
I was like,
You know
I thought
before
I
you
was
said
wrong. That's
Trayvon?
why I stopped.
No,
I was like,
I
wait.
thought you said,
Trayvon?
is that the Nickelodeon guy? And that's why I was just
Logan.
like, what the fuck
Logan.
is he talking about? Nickelodeon guy? Yes.
right now
Logan
he's
guy.
directing.
I thought you said
James-
Lotus.
No,
I'm
I'm
like,
sorry,
oh.
Indiana Jones. He's directing.
Indiana Jones, yes. That's the more recent thing he is directing.
Right,
It
that's-
hasn't come out yet,
Yeah,
but he just did the more recent Indiana
right, it
Jones.
comes out this year.
This is not
Oh, he died.
where I was hoping they would go. I was hoping for an up and coming horror director, or even seeing Scott Derrickson get back into the fold. Is what I was personally looking for.
Mm.
But I don't mind for Scott Derrickson to be the guy that does a Zatanna project or a Constantine. I don't mind that. His concepts of weird is really up there, right? So it's like he should be somewhere in this mix of the Justice League Dark directors. But at the end of the day, the reason why I'm not upset with this this director pick is that it's the same thing I kind of come down to with actors being casted. You selected the best actor possible, and you know, if you select an actor that happens to be really fucking good at acting, there's no way I could be mad at it, right? You happen to select a director that I believe, with Logan only, is one of the top 5 best superhero directors. That movie did things that it should not have been able to do. Like, that was a true masterpiece. True masterpiece, which is why, Trayvon, I sided with you when you said he was being petty when Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds made that announcement that Wolverine was coming back. I believed you, because I'm like, if I thought I directed one of the greatest superhero movies to date, I would also be a little upset that it seems like maybe you're pissing on my masterpiece a little bit.
Right.
So I was with you. I sided with you. So I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. But the first thing I thought, Joel, because I'm going to start with you. The first thing I said I said I needed with this movie is a version of it in black and white. Because I didn't think I would like Logan in black and white, but it felt like such a Western being in black and white. And then you go to what we just got with Werewolf by Night, and that being in black and white, and how Man-Thing looked. I'm like, I do want a cut of this in black and white. I really do. Make it like one of those old horror movies from back in the day. I would like that feel with this movie a little bit. But Joel, how do you feel about this this selection of director?
Well, basically, it's the same feeling. Like I think he has a proven track record. He's obviously a very good director, especially when he's allowed to, do his thing. Where like if you compare the Wolverine to Logan, night and day, I mean, night and day for me. And I enjoyed the Wolverine for what it was, but they was holding back. Is basically what he was doing. So like, if you're allowed to do what he needs to do with the source material, and let him be creative with it, because I think they're gonna let them go there and try to be a little more creative and let it stand out from the rest of the movies, even though it still be connected overall. It'll still be kind of its own thing, like, and that's what Swamp Thing works as. Like, for the longest time, I grew up with Swamp Thing. When I was a kid, there was a series, there was old movies from back in the day. I learned about Swamp Thing being a comic book character because he was in the back of my Justice League comic books and part of the lineup. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know he was a DC character. And it's great. I mean, he's actually in the fold now. So the last couple of years, especially in the comic books, he's been way more important to their universe. So I hope Swamp Thing, the character, becomes a prominent part of the universe. And so this will be the beginning of that, and hopefully this leads up to him interacting with other mystical characters or characters in general. And I can't wait to see, what he has planned, because there's a lot of different ways you can go with Swamp Thing. But the show was actually pretty good. If you don't know anything about Swamp Thing, the new show, not even the old show, don't watch the old show. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I wouldn't recommend. It's different. But the new show was really good. It was one season. Unfortunately, it was only one season, but that's a nice jumping off point to try to understand who the character is. A black and white version would be cool, but I definitely want to see it in color first, because that character is fucking cool.
Yeah. To speak to what you and Mike are saying, no, I'm not saying the theatrical version. I'm saying that I just want a cut of it. Right. Yeah, in black and white. Like Logan. Yeah, Logan wasn't released in black and white, but there was a cut of it that you could watch in black and white.
What else was in black and white?
Werewolf by Night was black and white.
Yeah, but another movie.
No, The Mist was they did a cut of it in black and white.
Sin City was black and white.
That was mostly that, and that had splashes of color in it.
Right.
Damn. Oh, Mad Max. Fury Road came out.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yep. So no, I'm not saying, because you do want your general audience to get the idea of the big green machine.
Oh, and
right?
Justice League.
I get it.
Was in black and white too.
Oh, yes, it was. But that was, I won't speak on that.
Black and white.
Like you are already kind of with no color. But anyway, I agree that you don't hide the color of this movie. I completely agree. That's what I'm saying. For the nerd in me, I want just a cut of it. Like once it comes out on digital or whatever, that I can watch it. Right. That I can watch it in black and white. Because I think James Mangold just has a vision for that, of bringing that to life, and it's still popping.
Because I think the design they had for the show looked beautiful. So imagine, like, how do you top it?
Right. A bigger budget. That's really the only way.
Because they draw him now, especially more recently, they drew him like a beard. It's not actually a beard, like vines. But the fact that
I like that though. Yeah, look, we know James Mangold does Old and Withered. Yeah, Indiana Jones, Logan. So why not give Swamp Thing the forest beard, right? Let him be old and withered, and have incidents happen that you get flashbacks of how he became a Swamp Thing. It's not like a legit origin.
There is a new Swamp Thing. I don't know if they're gonna go there. They might just stick to the original, but I don't know. We'll see what the plans are for this for Swamp Thing in general. So the Protector of the Green. That's the world that will finally be introduced to Swamp Thing again.
Yep. Cool. And I will say, as I pass it to you, Trayvon, you got to support this movie. You want to know why? This movie's success is the only way you get Zatanna. Studios start to shrink up. Even though they gave James Gunn and what's his name, Peter, all this power. If Swamp Thing doesn't do well, I do not see how you get a Zatanna movie. It's like the next batch of movies to come down that line. They'll push that shit. They'll push. I mean, think about it. We had one Green Lantern movie, and the studio said, "Never again. We will never try this shit again,
Very funny.
ever." I mean, to the point now where this shit's a show. They still don't want to put this motherfucker on the big screen. So we got to support everything we can with the start of this DCU, so that all the weird shit we can get. Oh, and Trayvon, I meant to tell you, me and Joel, when we were at the theater, it came on as one of the like previews before like the trailer started, where they were talking about black characters that influenced them. And the guy was raving about Static Shock and how important Static Shock was to his youth, and how, important it was to young black kids. And I'm like, see, it's happening. The Static movement is happening, Trayvon. It's beginning. It's beginning. This is how it starts, right? But how do you feel about this director taking on Swamp Thing? Have you seen the show for Swamp Thing?
I saw the show.
Okay.
I'm just I just don't know why we're starting with this with the group that I want. Like I said,
What would you start with?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Constantine. I don't know. I just want to get to the magic, get to that. But I get it. I don't understand why we start with Swamp Thing, but the show was cool, but it's not like I'm clamoring like, yeah, another Swamp Thing.
But to be fair,
It's
you
not
do
bad.
know whether they started with him, you were gonna get him at some point.
Sure.
So you might as well knock it out of the park.
You don't need his own.
You can make an argument none of them really need their own. You could just make a Justice League Dark movie.
That's fine as well.
You could just do a
That was
JLD
funny
movie.
at one point.
But I think it is good that people that aren't familiar with these characters, like Zatanna, like picture how happy you'll be when Zatanna has her own movie, right?
But this has to
Or
be
series,
there.
or
That's
series.
the problem.
I get
What
you,
if
but if
people
you
don't
start
see
off,
this? What if they
with
don't care
Zatanna,
about this?
what if they started off with Zatanna and people didn't care?
At least I would have saw it.
You do not make up 700 billion people, Trayvon.
Look,
Okay,
I'm just saying, I would have saw it.
You could not
With
will
this,
that.
I don't know if I'm gonna see it, so that's why I'm like,
You're gonna see it. It's now your job. You have to see it. So you'll be.
No, I
seeing
mean,
it.
I'm talking. No, I'm saying I might go see this movie. And I don't mean everybody else is going to a point where they're like, all right, let's do the other characters. I'm saying if I started with Zatanna, at least
I will remind you, and I get it. You're saying a starting point, but I will remind you that the world sat down in the theater and watched a tree only say "I am Groot," a talking raccoon, right? And they made that a massive fucking hit. So if that can work with James Gunn as the producer, pretty sure he can sprinkle enough magic along with James Mangold to make Swamp Thing a hit. That's what I'm saying. Not a Guardians kind of hit, but just not a flop.
yeah, because I don't think
You
this
know
would
what I'm
be for
saying?
all ages.
No, not at all. But I'm saying I believe he could make this work because he makes obscure things work. So
Right.
I'm saying with him in that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trayvon. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I know that you're fine. I get what you're saying. Guardians is not my favorite of the Marvel franchises. So
Like,
it's
I
like,
believe it's only not your favorite
woohoo.
because you don't fuck with Star-Lord. Be honest.
no, the movies just aren't like they're fun when they're inside of other stuff. Like I was excited when they're finally connected. I like when they're separate. I'm like, I don't really.
You have to
okay.
stop saying separate. They're always connected.
They were separate.
They were never
They were
separate.
very separate. The first
John,
two movies.
At the end of
They
the
were.
Avengers movie, you saw Thanos, and then Thanos was in Guardians. How are they separate?
You know what I mean. You saw
I
it.
don't.
You saw
Black
it.
Panther wasn't separate. It didn't have to be so entangled with the MCU
I already
plot.
knew Black Panther has been in the MCU already, so I already knew he is entangled. They were not. They were very separate from the start until they finally got into the Infinity War movie. Just saying, that's what I saw.
You
That's what I
frustrate
saw.
me so much. Continue with
And I
your
remember
thoughts
tweeting
on.
James Gunn, and he
on
tweeted back at me
this.
about that as well because I was mad. But yeah, so I don't know. I just want to see whatever this is going to be. I mean, he's a great director. I saw Logan once. The movie was a lot. That's
No,
not a
I
movie
won't
I go
argue
back.
that.
That's
Yeah,
not a movie I
that's
go
heavy
back to.
emotion.
It was
Nah,
it
I
was
won't
very
argue that.
good though. That's not a movie I go back to. So hopefully we're not. I mean, I'm sure we're not getting that here. I would hope.
No.
So, but
This is
yeah.
the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, this is the beginning, not the end.
So,
I will say though, like I said before, just think of Swamp Thing as like it's a pie, right? It's a piece of a pie. But you
Mhm.
can't necessarily neglect the pieces of the pie. You got to make the whole pie. So in order for you to get all the other pieces, this has to work. So
Oh,
you need this
look.
to work for you to get the other branches of the Justice League
I
Dark.
will
That's
be
all I'm saying.
seeing all of these movies.
Branches of the pie.
I
Yeah,
will see
so
all
I
of
went
these.
to a whole nother analogy. Sorry, Trayvon really threw me off with the Guardians not being connected.
Look,
My
I'm
brain
gonna,
is everywhere.
I'm gonna see all the movies. It doesn't matter either way. I'm just saying. I hope everybody else sees this as well, so I can get to the movie. I really will.
Hopefully, that's the
Not
plan.
this.
Right?
I mean, also, we need people to see this movie because the last thing we need is the DCU to start off with a flop. We've been there before. We need
Yeah.
everything to hit. we need everything to hit. So we need to support everything. I can't go through this shit again, Trayvon. I can't. I will have mental breakdowns. We need to support this shit. Even if you don't like it, even if you don't like it, swallow it. Swallow it.
Good as well.
Swallow
It needs
it.
to be good. now.
Trayvon, this shit could be hot ass and buns.
'Cause I'm gonna let
Smile.
I know.
Smile. No the hell you not. No the hell you not. I will report you for bullying, get you suspended. I am not playing. I cannot go through this shit again, Trayvon. A whole nother reboot because y'all can't just suck it up and
See,
like some shit.
But here's the
Okay.
thing, right? If we shut up and say we like something that we don't like, we're just going to continue to get garbage.
Hey, you know what? But guess what? I'll have a full cohesive universe. Okay, we can figure out the rest later. I need it fully fleshed out before you guys start sharing your real opinions about anything. Okay, because it seems when it's DC, y'all just got a whole bunch of negative shit to say. All right.
Yeah,
So
I
this
mean, that's-
time around,
now.
this time around,
we hit Thor: Love and Thunder pretty hard now. Hold on.
That is
We
true.
let 'em know.
well, to be
We let
fair, the
'em
whole
know.
world hit
We
Thor:
let
Love
'em
and
know.
Thunder pretty hard.
I'm
People that
just
never
saying,
heard of
we
Thor
let 'em
hit that
know.
movie pretty hard. You giving those kids powers, that was just like, so you're not even trying. All right, anyway, I'm just saying I can't go through this shit again. I can't. I'll start breaking out in hives. I need this to be successful. So just swallow your words if it's negative and smile. You don't even have to say that nice. Just smile. There you go. Smile. Don't even say nothing. Just smile.
Get Jig
I'll
and
accept it.
Jamie again. Just
That's fine. Yeah, you just. That's fine. You do that. I'll take that over talking. I'll take that over talking. But Jamie, what are your thoughts on James Mangold taking over Swamp Thing?
You know, I really enjoyed Logan and like other movies a part of his filmography, so I don't have
Weren't you excited for Indiana Jones?
I mean, when they were saying Chris Pratt was going to be in it, I'm like, "Oh, that's interesting." I'm still hyped because I do like Indiana Jones, but you know,
I'm not mad at you.
Different thing.
I still to this day don't understand why that did not happen. But
Yeah.
it still could going forward. But I really do. I like what he would bring to it. I really, truly do because I feel like it's so different than what Harrison brought. Right? You don't want another carbon copy of him, and that's usually what they do with these remakes. Right? They try to bring back the nostalgia of the last. Don't do that. Create a new nostalgia, and I think Chris Pratt could do that. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all might scare the poor man away with how much I've been shitting on his Mario. You might make him afraid to do anything else that's attached to something that exists before.
That movie's gonna
Listen,
kill.
when you love someone, you have to tell them the truth.
You do not have
You
to.
have to
No, you
tell
do
them
not.
the
No, you do
truth.
not. No, you do not. No, you
Yeah,
do not.
Chris Pratt.
You talking about Chris Pratt?
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
Oh, that's working good. Yes, that's good. Okay.
All right. Did you have anything else, Jamie? I don't even know how to do that here. He's gonna make me try.
No,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm interested. I'm more interested in seeing this now that Mystery actually sent me like some comic book stuff to react to on my stream, and so I learned more about Booster Gold. So I'm like, you know what, people will be proud. I learned more about Booster Gold, and that was cool. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see why people were like kind of miffed at me for not remembering. So
I mean, it confused me because I'm like, he had like a whole episode to himself. I'm like, that should have stood out a little bit. Not many characters were given their own episodes in the 2 or 3 seasons that show had. So I'm like, when they had them, it stood out. Supergirl had one. Booster Gold had one. Like, there wasn't a whole bunch. Task Force X had one. So I'm like, it wasn't many. that weren't
Right.
Justice League heavy.
There's nothing I can tell you. You know that's it. It is the way it is. But Swamp
Amen.
Thing is another character that I'm not familiar with. So I think of it more as like a good opportunity for me to learn and get connected with this character as well. Because DC, I actually like DC more than I like Marvel in terms of just like the content that they have. But when it comes to like the movie side, that's when things start to flip for me. So hopefully
So
they can bring me over to DC fully.
So before we end with Trayvon and the pitchforks at Mayflower, I just wanted to double down. You said that Mr. E gave you comic recommendations, right? That you were looking over.
Kind of. So he gave me videos of like somebody breaking down like the deceased line.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But you still haven't caught up with Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
I'm sorry,
We
not
said
Clone
this
Wars.
a-
Rebels. You still haven't caught up with Rebels.
I had never agreed to that. I'm sorry.
No. That was attached to Clone Wars.
No, it
was
wasn't.
Rebels.
No,
It was. You want to know how I know
No.
it was? Because the whole reason I told you to watch Clone Wars was to understand Kenobi and Ahsoka. Rebels is important to Ahsoka's show also.
I watched a couple episodes of Rebels just to see like Ahsoka fight Darth Vader. and I
Nah,
was like,
Trayvon. Trayvon. You can't be letting this happen. She disrespecting Kanan.
I'm not disrespect. I'm just
Trayvon.
saying, you know, I don't know if that one's for me. I don't know if that one's for me.
She said she can't fuck with Ezra. Trayvon, let her know. Go ahead, real quick. Go ahead, Trayvon. Let her have it.
I just don't know what to say.
Trayvon throwing up gang signs. That's how angry you have him. He's never done that. He's throwing up gang signs right now, Jamie.
Listen, man.
You're ridiculous. Just watch Rebels, okay? Watch Rebels.
I'm trying to work through Bad Batch right now, so you know I'm
Why are
emotionally
you skipping
unavailable.
around Star Wars so much?
I am.
This
How
is
am I
pecking order.
skipping? I'm
Let me ask you
following
this. Let me ask you this. The first episode of Bad Batch, when you see that kid as a Jedi, do you even know who that kid is?
You know what? I can't even recall the first episode.
No!
Of Bad Batch, so
Oh, you drive me crazy. All right.
Listen, I know enough. I am not trying to be the freaking Star Wars historian, okay? I'm just trying to enjoy some good stories, all right? And if I don't need to absorb everything, I'm not gonna do it.
I believe that.
So you saw.
So you said Rebels is not a good story? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying Rebels isn't. I'm not saying Rebels isn't a good.
Nah, it's
story.
okay. It's cool. We're moving on. Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm just saying, just the fact that you got me to watch Clone Wars, you should consider a miracle. All right.
Rebels was after that. And then,
yeah, Rebels is right after that. Then you should watch Bad Batch. Go ahead, Trayvon. Let her know. Let her know. Let her know. Let her know. You right. You
You're about to
absolutely
get
right.
Jamie again. Just
I haven't even watched Bad Batch because I need to get to it. I need to get to that. Like, yeah. I already watched Rebels. I watched all the Clone Wars. Like, I don't know.
Trayvon does his homework. Do your homework, Jamie.
All of them.
So disappointed. Anyway, all right, Trayvon, end this out on the Mayflower, whatever it's called. Yeah, go ahead, end this out. I have not seen the last 2 or 3 episodes, so
I saw the
yeah,
most
that shit
recent
lost.
one today.
Yeah, that shit lost.
Is,
I'm still, you know what I'm in the middle of, to be honest with you, Trayvon? I'm trying to watch that porn that you call Interview with a Vampire. That's what I'm in the middle of. So, I'm still watching that porno right now. I'll get to the Mayflower when I get to it.
I'm not gonna say you wrong.
Was I? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You told that.
First 2 episodes, I was just like, what the fuck is Trayvon and Joel got me watching? I said, I'm gonna keep watching though. I'm gonna keep watching.
like I'm disgusted. Don't turn that off. Hold on.
Yeah, oh, don't change it. Don't change
And
it.
even that is not even
Just bring
close
it
to
down a
what
little
you get in Spartacus.
No. Spartacus
Not
is
even close.
full on. Like Spartacus is, they'll walk by the camera full on PPL. Like that's Spartacus. Like
You know how you have
that's
100 screens now.
Spartacus. You have what?
There might be 100 screens now. Maybe that's a good thing.
Should
To
watch
watch.
I tell you what, it'll capture every pixel of that PP coming across your screen, and it's not just one. It's just consistent PPs just right across the screen. That's what Spartacus is. But no, go ahead and I'm telling you, Trayvon. You know it's gonna be, Joel. You ever see that episode of Family Guy when Quagmire comes out the house and one arm is extremely bigger than the other. It's gonna be Trayvon. But we were, yo, did you watch season 1 of Spartacus? Why is one arm so brolic? I just finished it, y'all. I'm on the season 2 now. That's Trayvon.
I can't associate with you anymore.
Oh my God.
My mom's gonna be like, "Yeah, I saw the podcast. Trayvon looks a little different." I'm like, we don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, we don't talk about that part of the show. Just ignore it.
lost a lot of
Don't
weight.
watch it.
Yeah. Oh God.
Man, it's 8 in a month. What has he been doing? Spartacus. That's it. Just Spartacus workouts. All right, Trayvon, go ahead. The most recent episode of the Mayflower Witches. Go ahead.
It's just the show is not Mayflower like Mayfair.
Those are my
Oh,
examples.
you almost got me saying wrong. You almost got me to say the shit wrong. Damn it! You almost got me to do it. Damn. You almost got me to say it too. Damn. I just know the name. The name of the show has not fit. This show is like it's just demonic possession. That's all it is. Like demonic possession. That's it. I don't like. There's no witch shit in here. It's just really annoying to me. Like I'm watching it, I'm just like, where is the spells? Where is anything? They're not even showing her little things she do with her power anymore. Like when she use it, you don't even see that shit anymore. They don't even show you that shit anymore. She's just doing something. You just like, oh, okay, I'm just supposed to assume you're doing whatever you're doing before. Like they don't even show you that shit no more. I'm like, at least give me that. Like it just, I don't know. The show is really annoying. I don't know how people like. It's creepy. It's like Lasher doing a lot. Lasher doing a lot. This demon is. I don't like him. I just don't. This show is really getting on my nerves to the point where I'm like. I saw next episode they got some kind of circle where they're saying some shit, some spell or some shit together. Like finally, what we episode 7? Like what the hell? Like it's just ridiculous. I really hate it. I hate it, but I want to see where they're gonna go with this.
I will remind people that the Mayflower has been renewed for a season 2. So Trayvon will take out even more frustration. When they
you might need to jump off that ship, Trayvon. I don't know.
Might have to, brother.
It sounds like you're not having a good time.
Me and Joel gave you a better alternative than the Mayflower. You could be watching something better.
Spartacus is the shit.
Spartacus is the shit, bro.
I'm just hoping for a spell. That's all I'm saying.
You might be waiting a long ass time.
Give me a spell, man.
I don't think there's any spells
I
to
need
be
to put
had.
up Hogwarts Legacy then.
Yeah.
You know what it might be? You know what it might be? You know what it might be? It might be they're only called witches because they're in Nolan's.
That's it.
And any white people that weird, I believe Nolan's calls witches. Maybe that's what. Maybe they ain't got no actual power. Just like y'all some witches. That's some devil ass shit.
Crazy, like
it's some type of.
And I see people saying they're enjoying it. Some people, I guess, they read the book. They like this. I'm like, what do you like?
I also believe, Trayvon, people might enjoy it because they're not as hard pressed on seeing magic. Like you are. And I think some people just don't take that literally. They're just like, eh.
I didn't know it's based off a book series.
Yeah.
Is that what it takes? So did you know Star Wars Rebel was a whole book?
I didn't say I was gonna start. I was just making an observation.
All right.
So you haven't. How far have you gotten in Interview with the Vampire?
Me?
Yeah.
Second episode, I had to stop.
Oh.
You didn't get far at all.
No, that shit had me questioning too much in my life. I had to stop.
You got some part.
Yeah, I had to stop, man. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, are you seducing him or me? What the fuck is happening? I had to stop. I said, let me take a break for a second. Hold on. God damn. Gather my thoughts. Shit.
You're ridiculous.
You had me going, yes, master. Wait, whoa, hey.
Oh, gosh.
Said the fuck? They had me going to the screen trying to move his hair out of his eye. I said, hell nah. Turn this shit off. What the fuck is happening here? Nah, So I had to take a break. So I'll finish it at some point. Just Need a breather.
Second episode.
Step back for a second, okay? Just
Mhm.
reevaluate things. But Trayvon, your job is to start Spartacus, right? And we will put an episode limit for you, so you
I
don't
think I
exceed.
did start. I think I
certain amount
started
of few
first
days.
episode, and I think like there was like women in it. I think, and I was like, huh.
I love how
It's supposed to be-
offended you
I
sounded.
thought
Like
it was supposed to be
there were
something else.
women.
I thought it was supposed to
I
be something
know.
else.
Yeah,
Uh,
So I
yeah.
kind of like stopped.
I will say,
I'll go back. I'll go back.
you're not wrong for saying that, but that show does quickly forget who its audience was. When you get a few episodes in, you go, "Hey, whoa, hey, I'm not here for that. What the? Hey!" And then it just does not stop. Continuous, nonstop. Joel, Trayvon was essentially just saying he was offended there were women. He
In
thought in Spartacus, he thought it would start with all men and it would only be men.
I mean, how
I
y'all
don't know
talk
why-
about it? I mean,
I don't know why
that's
he
what I was
thought that.
I mean, there is a lot of men. There's a lot of men, but
I
there's
know.
also-
I'm just saying, like when I
the
started the
holy
show, I
bastard,
was
yeah.
like, "What's this woman doing here?"
Equal opportunity is why, Trayvon. That's why.
Jamie's
It's equal
here.
opportunity.
He's a woman.
You know what I
Right.
mean? The way y'all describe it,
Like, it's a
it sounds like I'm getting right
woman.
into the shit.
Like,
You know?
Trayvon looked over at Jamie and said, "Why are you here? Why?
I don't know, Trayvon. I don't know.
This fucked up world. Why these women?" But no. So Trayvon, you got that as homework.
there's CW women naked. That shit crazy.
There is that they all turned out to be in the CW. It was
Yeah,
just
all,
like,
like a lot of them. You're like, oh, I know that. I know that.
Slade was in
Slade,
Spartacus.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody
He did
was in.
Daredevil season 1, right? Didn't he? Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, he
Huh?
did that. Yeah, didn't he? The one that was a showrunner of Daredevil season 1, the one that did.
Who?
Spartacus?
Who? Oh
yeah.
yes. Stephen DeKnight. Yes.
Yeah. I'm not saying no,
I
right?
thought you were talking about Slade. I'm like, what the? What? No, he wasn't in Daredevil.
No.
But Spartacus himself is in Arrow. Well, no,
Yes.
no, Flash.
Oh yes, Flash. Yep. Oh, the second one.
The
second
second, right? Because the first one,
Unfortunately,
He died.
God rest his soul, passed away. Yes, I was. I pulled a whole Meek Mill. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on now.
but
Turn this shit off. So Jamie, your homework is the Bad Batch. Trayvon, yours is Spartacus. Joel, yours is the definition of popular. So everybody has homework today. You go, you look up, see what these things are, and you come back to me with a different mindset.
I just want to see the
It's the
last
goal of
episode
all.
of Interview with the Vampire so I can check it out.
I still haven't. I went to go order AMC Plus on DirecTV, and they're like, you have to call. And I'm like, that's a whole.
That sounds
Mm.
right.
So,
That
Joel,
sounds-
did you
That's something to
see
do.
the greatest power ever in the show so far? Well, I think I'm trying to think. Episode.
He only didn't see the last
without
episode.
spoiling, is like when he drops them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, wait, when he
All right.
drops them, is it anything like what the movie did, or is it different
wait.
from the movie?
I don't know about the movie.
I don't even
Come on,
remember.
you gotta see classics. Come on, Trayvon.
I don't know.
I'll say that. I mean, that's that. Like I said, the last thing I saw was the train thing. I believe
Okay.
They were the train.
a train.
No,
It's not a train.
I said, "Oh hell no, I'm
Oh.
finishing the show."
I wasn't
Hell
thinking
no.
about that.
Oh man! All right, we getting out of here. That's
Wow.
enough.
Y'all
Y'all
got
just
dirty
y'all are
eye.
too much tonight. Y'all are too much tonight.
A train.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We have so much coming you guys this way. Hogwarts Legacy is coming out. Trayvon is getting a capture card so he can stream it every single day of the week, from the hours of 5 o'clock to 3 in the morning. He is committed to these, so make sure you guys stay tuned.
Mm.
All right, and Jamie, also please plug your channel because you've been doing amazing work over there on Twitch. Please let people know where they can find you on Twitch.
Y'all can find me at swiper_prime. We react to videos sometimes. We play some games. Sometimes we just be talking. I don't know. It's whatever the chat feels like doing that particular day, but it's fun. Come through.
Yeah. Make sure you guys stop by there. I always pop in when I see that Jamie's on, just to say hello because they be having some fun ass times over there on Jamie's stream.
Yeah, the last time you were
Um,
there, we were watching a video about was it the guy that had his own sheep, or was it something else?
It was weird, which is why I think I tipped you and left. Because I'm like, what the? Where's the games?
These are viewer recommended videos, by the way. So the weirdness.
God bless your viewers. God bless your viewers.
Yeah,
Oh wait, so wait. So you'll watch videos recommended by viewers. So if I come in and say watch episode 3 of Star Wars Rebels, you'll watch it live on stream?
I mean, if it's on YouTube and won't give me a copyright strike, sure.
I will talk to Mike and see how we can make that happen. No problem. Consider it done. Trayvon, I will be setting you up with the info for Twitch for you to be streaming on our Twitch for Hogwarts Legacy. Right? Yeah. And Joel's gonna do a stream of Ghost of Tsushima from the beginning all the way to the end.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
wait! He looks shocked about that. Are we sure about that?
Oh yeah, 100%. He signed the paperwork. Don't worry. He signed the paperwork.
It took me forever to get
Um,
the ending. You want me to start from the beginning?
Yes, and walk everybody through every step of the way. And you got to play it on a harder level than the hard level you already played.
I just
Oh,
played it
you
on
can
regular.
replay it that way. So
Nah,
if you
you
think
gotta
play
play
it
it
by
on harder.
myself the first time and then come back
No.
and play it again.
You cannot play with yourself the first time. You got to play with
Oh,
others.
you can play with yourself, just not
Yeah, why did you say it like that? Oh my god.
You got to play with others. You're going to play in front of others. Anyway, all right. So please make sure you're checking out Jamie's Twitch channel. Stay tuned with our Twitch channel. Wait, hold on. Trayvon ain't see or play nothing. No classics. Yeah, Trayvon be in his own world.
He's working on that. He's doing good.
But we'll be doing a lot more streaming coming up. A lot of games are coming out.
yeah.
I know personally I'll be streaming wrestling when it comes out next month. I'll be streaming that.
Ooh. I wanna I think I talked
The
about this
game?
with y'all, but
Yeah, the game.
if y'all want to see me play Jedi Fallen Order, I haven't finished that game, so I think I'm just gonna start over and play from the beginning.
Bro, is there a Star Wars problem you want to get off your chest? Like, what is?
So, all right, it's a long story, but basically, the monster scared me, and I quit.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and get off. I can't even begin to process any. Of that.
Listen. I said I was gonna do it. It's
yeah,
for
I
them. It's
I can't.
content. It's
Yeah,
content. Why
can't
you mad?
process-
Why
I
you
can't
mad?
process anything you
Scared
just
of
said.
monsters.
I can't process that.
Well,
I thought you were
I
gonna
can-
say you didn't like it. Yeah, the monsters.
I can
No,
What?
give y'all
liked it.
my character creator and then I'm out.
Nah, Trayvon's gonna play a full game. Trayvon, let them know what house you
Shit might take you. a
what
while.
set you with, so they know what set you with.
I am Gryffindor, but I kill.
I was gonna have a whole fun moment with that, but I should have known you were gonna end it
All
like
right.
that. All right, we're getting off,
I
guys.
use
I
it
want
by
to thank.
Kadabra. I use it. I will. Just saying.
Evil
I'm not one of
Gryffindor.
them. I'm not one of them nice ones.
I'm
Yeah,
full.
no,
I'm
come on.
full on Slytherin. Shout out to Young Thug and all the whole gang for Slytherin. You know what I'm saying? We snakes out here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah,
let's
Vada Kedavra
go.
too.
Ill Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
All right, we're logging off. That explains so much.
Oh,
That
y'all
explains
get a
so
Kedavra.
much.
I'm gonna take my
Yo,
Ravenclaw flag
gross.
and just wave it like this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let's go.
Oh, you Ravenclaw too? Okay. Cool.
Y'all are disgusting. Anyway, I want to thank Joel, but
I
not
got a
really.
Ravenclaw Scully. I got a scarf.
Ugh. I want to thank Jamie, but not really. Joel and Jamie might take next week off, y'all. Trayvon, I want to
Y'all
thank
know where
you
to
for all
find
your
me.
craziness. That's all right. I'm gonna go on there and wait. What happened to what's his name? Yeah, I'm gonna send a raid over there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a raid to your house. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, until you watch Rebels, you're getting raided nightly.
I'm gonna stream it then. I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna make a huge comeback. Like, look, that's the girl that got raided. Let's go to her stream. Let's see if she gets raided again.
That would make you popular. That would be my luck. That would be my luck. Goodness gracious. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you are liking, commenting, and subscribing. We have so much content coming out for you guys. Ant-Man and the Wasp drops next week. We will be doing the review that following Wednesday. We want to give everybody a spoiler-free weekend to enjoy it. We might put out like a short little non-spoiler.
Long weekend too.
Oh my god.
Wait, what'd
Did
you say,
y'all
Joel?
see-
So it's a long weekend too. At least for
Right,
me.
right.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Did y'all see
Yes,
the
Valentine's Day.
Jonathan Majors Valentine's Day thing he
Yeah,
had?
I
Oh, I
was.
sure did.
It's
In my
so funny
story.
because I saw
Ooh.
My
the
story.
thing. What magazine was it? I forget what it was.
Yeah, is it?
Feel like
It
it
was
was
something. I forgot who it was.
Look at Trayvon.
But
Trayvon's
I
like, it was a
don't know.
magazine. I didn't even
It
know.
was a man or a
It's
website.
Ebony. Oh, it's Ebony because it's the first time
Oh,
I see it
Ebony,
on my
Ebony.
Instagram.
All right. The
Boom.
first thing I thought of, I'm like, this is for Trayvon because nobody else is like, who else was
It was great.
Jamie. Jamie obviously enjoyed it
Jamie
also.
loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
He
even
was a
really
hunk of,
read
he
the
just
name of
looks
the
like a giant hunk of
magazine.
meat sitting on a chair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mhm.
We will get taken down. Don't put porn up here, Trayvon.
No, we
Goodness
don't.
gracious.
After all the
All I
stuff
said
we done
was
talked about, they
hang
gonna
on
take
top
us
of it.
down regardless.
Like,
Might
damn,
as well.
Anyway,
you look too
make sure
big,
you
man.
guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing. You guys will get this brand of crazy every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys always tune in. We will be bringing back GVN Sports this week to break down the trade deadline.
Finally.
Mm.
Shut up. But we'll be bringing that back this week. And also, if you guys have been liking our DCU videos we've been dropping, let us know, and we'll start churning out some more for you guys.
Por favor.
All right? We enjoy making them. So as long as you enjoy watching them, we'll keep making them. So let us know in the comment sections. And please, like I said, if you guys are not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button.
Mhm.
All right? So you got, and put
Subscribe
your
and
notifications
follow.
on. Subscribe
I
and
learned
follow.
so much about the authority from you guys' video. Thank you.
See?
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Really
I saw an authority video as well. So I need to
Was
check
it
out what y'all
our
were saying.
authority video?
I was about to say I gotta check out what y'all were talking about as well.
Yeah, Jamie won't be back next week.
But-
I don't know where Jamie's loyalties lie, but it's not here. So
I should have lied. I should have
Um,
lied.
the fact that you said it, I asked, and instead of cleaning it up, you doubled down on it. But yeah, I don't fuck
Well,
with y'all shit.
I
I watch
already
it
told
somewhere
the truth,
else.
so people know.
It's all right. Yeah, it's okay.
Listen, it was a
Sorry.
part of the freaking
No,
recommended.
don't explain.
stuff.
It's cool.
We're
Don't
not
I'm
explain.
gonna watch
recommending.
it. I'll watch it
What do you mean?
tonight. I'll put
I'm
it
watching
on.
enough of our videos to be recommended, Joel. That's why. That's
I'll
why
watch it
Jamie
without it.
just goes skip,
No,
skip all this shit.
I was in that.
Stream that. Stream that.
I'm just saying, I was in Jamie's streams a bunch of times. That's in my recommendations. You know what I'm saying? I'm just whatever. Anyway,
All right.
thank
right.
you guys for tuning in. We will be recasting Jamie on next week's episode. Much to do about nothing. We will be pulling an Aunt Viv. You guys will be seeing a new Jamie next week. So stay tuned. But till then, guys, peace.
Bye.